Show them how we do this, man. Btbtv. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. Btbtv. One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas. Right. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching, like yo, I gotta post. I wake up every day mission, it's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have, got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say y'all overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope, the okie dope. We don't go for that. All she wrote, another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folks who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder, won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, torn and running, get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stink. We can't miss, we can hit the target and put our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folk who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they like movie, curtain closed. Yeah. Btbtv, it's the movement, man. You're born, let's get 'em. Let's get 'em.
Yo, peace of the 5% nation of God's and nerves. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah, all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out here. This is the King of New Jersey. This is Btbtv. We bully the bullies. You already know what it is. Right now, I'm doing this show. I want to know who's the biggest rat of all times in black social media era. And black media, who's the biggest rat? You know what I'm saying? We got Nicky Barnes, we got Frank Lucas, we got Rayful Edmonds, we got Alpo, we got Brianglazegibbs. Who set more people down than anybody? I got my opinion. I want you to have your opinion. Y'all can call in. Y'all get that link. Y'all can tell me what y'all think. But I'm going to start off with playing the Nicky Barnes. Frank Lucas shit. Hold on. Let me get this shit popping for y'all. All this is fair use. Fair use.
They don't have no regard or respect for reps, and I think they all should be exterminated. What is American gangster about? Did them
American World salute.
Rayful and Alpo and Nicky Barnes and what kind of rap?
Fair use.
A lot of people feel that no matter what you do, if you rat or snitch, that's worse. I mean, do you think there's a time in which it's good to cooperate?
Well, listen, let me tell you about that. I told you before, I never took the stand on nobody. Let me explain to you.
Well, some cases were made,
I don't care what this is. Let me explain to you. There you go. I can't get it.
Yo, B360 salute.
Hey.
Roxanne NPL Papa, real talk, salute.
No, but I can't talk to both of you at the same time. One got time, please.
All right, just talk to me.
What I'm telling you is right now, yes, I have some remarks about what I did.
Hey, talk a little slow. Can't hear you.
I said, yes, I have some remarks about what I did.
Wax AP, hit the link, bro. Hit the link, Wax AP. El Cabo, you hit the link. It's up there. Yo, New York Beast, we talk about
40-year
over our
sentence and then
community.
a 30-year on top of that. And he appealed it. The conviction, I believe, was in 76. In 1977, the appeal was turned down. And at that point, he was looking at 70 years. And he approached the United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York to see if he could get a reduction in his sentence by cooperating. And that's when I became personally involved in him. The United States Attorney's Office made a decision that they would follow whatever he was willing to offer us. And that's when we got involved in the DEA. No, we wouldn't let him out on the street to cooperate, to try to drum up business, if you will. He had a knack, like I said before, for convincing people on the phone. He worked the phones all day long while in jail, trying to convince people on the street that he would never give them up, and would they meet one of his people who would be an undercover DEA agent.
New York Beast 360. Yo, Brianglazegibbs told him more niggas, all them niggas combined. Brianglazegibbs told him more niggas, all them other niggas combined. Him and Nicky Barnes, they sucked the whole underworlds of the Black America. Bruh, we going in on the rats today, bruh. K. Harris, Grand Rising Queen.
Was the biggest drug dealer in New York.
You ever kill anybody?
No.
Had other people do it for you?
I guess I would best describe it, yeah. Yeah.
It was while Barnes was in prison
That
that he
nigga looked like
suspected
a
that
rat.
the two main women in his life were sleeping with his former business partners. How could he get even? Testify against his old pals, put them in prison, become a hero to the feds. 1 year after his indictment, Leroy Nicky Barnes was convicted and sentenced to life without parole. It was while Barnes was in prison that he suspected that the two main women in his life and were sleeping with his former business partners, thus violating the code of honor that he says existed on the street.
A very attractive woman. And in New York, there are several million eligible men. Now, I told her that we have a hands-off policy to about 20 of them.
I can't think of very well. They were a couple of friends of mine that were supposed to be doing things, you know. Yeah. And well, they're doing things against me, really. And I have no way to reach out and get to them, and I want to get back at them, really.
Tell me what it is you have in mind.
They were a couple of friends of mine that were supposed to be doing things for me, you know.
This nigga, yo, finally reaching a rat.
And well, they're doing things against me, really. And And
Yeah, I
I
can
have
hear
no
you.
way to
Wax
reach out
MP,
to
you're
get
mute
to him,
on.
and I want to get back at him, Billy. That's my primary reason.
Were you surprised that he was going to do it?
I was surprised that a person like Nicky Barnes would do it.
When it comes to testifying, I testified against the guys who were Archbishop Frank James, Wally, Coco, Kenny, and a couple other guys, because I said, as far as Guy Fisher was concerned, I said, Guy Fisher, I gave him a woman of mine that I expected him to look out for, and I expected him to take care of her. I didn't expect him to start fucking her.
Drug counsel is a myth. It's the first time I heard of counsel was when I was in court in 1983.
Guy Fisher, who had a brief affair with Barnes' former girlfriend, Shemeka, was a member of that 7-man drug council, according to Barnes. Fisher is now serving life without parole after Barnes testified against him.
You mean to tell me that you can give someone a life plus sentence because you said he had sex with my girlfriend?
And he's putting people behind bars, helping to make cases for the feds.
There is no justice in terms of that. Oh, man. 8 years ago, Nick was the scum of the earth in terms of court, being in the courtroom, in Judge Walker's court. And then 3 years ago, he became Robin Hood because he was telling. It's really sad. I'm laughing, but it's sad.
I don't know why he had the bonus, and then I don't know why the other council members let him live after they knew he did it.
Was the information?
I think it was terribly important.
In that?
I think it was terribly important because it resulted in the conviction of Barnes as the hardcore of Barnes' entire operation.
9 former associates of Harlem drug king Leroy Nicky Barnes charged today with narcotics conspiracy and 6 murders. As Jim Van Sickle learned, the man behind the charges is none other than Barnes himself.
I expected him because what I was asking him to do was just a small thing. Because he had women of his own. He had women who were as attractive as mine.
Yo, Wax AP.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah, we talking about, we say who's the biggest rock. We trying to figure that out right now. This nigga told, you on mute, Wax.
All right.
Yo, this nigga told on niggas over a side bitch, bro. Over a side chick.
That's crazy as hell, bro.
And they were gonna tell anyway.
Yeah, he was definitely here tender dick. He was gonna tell anyway. He told over a female.
So that's the same thing Brianglazegibbs did. The only reason he read it was because he was seeing informants get conjugal visits with their women, and he wanted to get conjugal visits with his.
Damn, he forwarded a list of 109 names. 5 of them were council members, along with his wife's name, implicating them all in the
related heroin trade.
That's crazy as hell. I didn't even know he told on Guy Fisher though. I just found that shit.
Guy Fisher, bro.
I didn't even know that. I just found that out just now. I didn't even know he did that.
Guy Fisher was one of the major niggas he told on, bro.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm very familiar with Guy Fisher, but I didn't know that scumbag had put his ass away.
Okay. Yeah. Yo, let's listen. We're gonna listen some more, yo. Cause we got a lot of people, we got a lot of rats to the cipher today.
I don't know,
man. This is hilarious, yo.
So Barnes says now he began to talk against his former drug associates like Fisher out of a motive of revenge. It soon became apparent that freedom was mostly on his mind. And since Barnes knew he could only be released through a presidential pardon, he understood that the government wanted more from him. So he testified before the President's Commission on Organized Crime, wearing a hood, telling the commission about drug operations in New York. And Barnes began to snitch on his fellow inmates as well. Inside
inmates
prison,
too.
Barnes learned about illegal activities that he described to prison authorities.
I'm a bookmaker
And right now on camera, I want to lay you 9 to 5 that Nicky Barnes, Leroy Barnes, gets out of jail.
New York gangster Herbie Sperling spoke with Barnes when they were in prison together in New York. And they worked out a drug deal at Barnes' suggestion that eventually resulted in the conviction of Sperling's son.
I'm doing the same sentence that Nicky Barnes was doing, life without parole. I've got it the longest in the country. It's worse than a death sentence. A death sentence, you're dead, life goes on. Here you linger, and sometimes people get depressed. Now, some people get so depressed that they decide to make up a story.
You think he's going to get out?
There's no doubt in my mind. The government has to let him out. This is part of their propaganda ploy. What they're saying is anybody that wants to get out, just make up stories about a lot of people. We got plenty of room. We got a lot of prisons. We'll replace them with you and we'll let you out. No matter what you did, no matter what you do.
Nicky Barnes turned government informant and began to tell all he knew. And because his testimony helped put 50 other people in prison, there are those in government who say he should be pardoned. Among the people he informed on were his former drug colleagues and his women. How did he feel testifying against them?
I was overwhelmed by guilt. I was overwhelmed by guilt. I had every reason to testify against them and no reason at all to feel guilty. And I started crying from guilt.
His secret 7-member drug council, composed of the most successful black heroin dealers in New York, some of whom attended this birthday party for Barnes in the middle 70s. According to Barnes, they shared an oath of brotherhood and loyalty to one another.
I think he should be given credit for his having cooperated with the government to encourage others to come forward and cooperate and bust up these operations. He essentially, what should happen with him, in my view, is at some point he should be permitted to be released from prison at some point.
Do you think that you should get a pardon after all the pain and misery that you caused? I think that I deserve some type of relief. Because it's customary.
Hold this right
I don't see why policy of the
snitches
of the Justice Department should change because of Nicky Barnes.
You got any remorse about what you did, Nick? You think it was...
No,
not at all,
man. No.
The realistic situation here has to be that when people turn in, organizations like this account for 50 people being convicted. Everyone that he's testified against has been convicted and their case has been upheld on appeal. There has to be some reward for that. That's the only way we can combat this kind of activity.
If they let him out, Barnes says, he would like to teach the young about the dangers of drug addiction. Were he to get out, he would have to remain in the witness protection program, guarded for the rest of his life by the U.S. Marshals.
We talked to old pals of his who are now in Lewisburg prison. They said, listen, he's a snitch. He'll be on the street in no time. They really believe that the only reason that he did it was not because he got religion, but because he wants to get on the street and that you're going to help him do just that.
I think my information resulted in maybe 75 or 80 felony convictions. They have a place in Lewisburg Federal Penitentiary that they call it the Nicky Barnes range, because all of the people up there were people that I gave up.
You know, I just said, no, I'll pull them motherfuckers in here with me. I'll pull them in here with me and let them see what it's like.
Snitch ass nigga.
Snitch ass.
I don't regret that. I would rather be out here than to be in there with them. Why would I want to be with them kind of niggas?
Cup filled, blunt lit, ready to enjoy another good show. That's a fact. Yeah, that's crazy, boy. That nigga's a fucking rat.
That catnip?
Barnes died of cancer. So he's under the second death was not reported under his first name. Smack his ass. What the fuck? Oh, what's that?
I look like Chinatown.
Oh yeah, he bugging. He bugging rat bastard.
All right. Now we heard Nicky Barnes, right?
Right.
Yo, now it's time for Frank Lucas.
Where's these niggas from? Fuck, is these niggas relatives or something?
Frank Lucas, they're all from North Carolina, moved to New York and New Jersey. This is a Frank Lucas interview.
North Carolina.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get it. Hold on, let me get to it, yo. Yeah, we're about to. Who's the biggest black rat of all times?
You got that nigga twin up this motherfucker.
Yo, shut your ass up. Leave my god brother alone, nigga.
Fuck that rat nigga. Ray Lucas interview. This nigga funny.
Frank Lucas, huh?
Okay.
Okay, just to get things started off, tell me a little bit about your youth in North Carolina growing up. You know, tell me about where you came from. You know, actually, I'm sorry. First, right off the bat, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, your name, you know, anything about you, your age, where you live, you know, where we
I'm not going to tell you where I live.
You know,
I'm not going to put it on.
that's fine. I'm just general information. I'm just trying to, you know, warm you up.
Okay. I'm already one. We can go with the question if you want to.
Okay, what's your name? You know,
Frank Lucas.
Can you say my name is Frank Lucas?
My name is Frank Lucas, and I live in I live on the Eastern Seaboard.
Can you just from the top real quick without me talking, just say I am Frank Lucas.
Okay, I am Frank Lucas, and I live on the Eastern Seaboard of the United States.
Very good, thank you, Frank. Can you tell me a little bit about your youth? You know, where you grew up and how?
I grew up in rural North Carolina back in the 30s. The reason I'm the man I am today, I guess, is because I saw something that ain't no 3-year-old, 6-year-old kids should see when he's a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I saw them come to my house and come to our house, and my daddy wasn't home. My mother was there and shoot and murder my cousin. He's 15 years old. And you know what they murdered him for? They murdered him for wrecked his eyeball. They put a shotgun to 3 guys to come, they tied ropes around each arm and had it by the post and stretched him out and shoved the shotgun in the mouth. That wasn't enough for them. They had teeth and everything all over the floor, and they pulled both triggers simultaneously, and just blew his whole back of his head out. And his face looked all right, but the back of his head you could put a watermelon in there. And I saw that when I was 6 years old. So,
Hold on one second.
And was that the main reason you got out of North?
Hold on one second. Let me say something about this nigga Brianglazegibbs. Check this out. Brianglazegibbs told on more niggas than all these niggas combined. He snitched on niggas from Queens. He snitched on niggas from Brooklyn. He brought down Pappy Mason, Fat Cat Organization, Supreme Tame.
It's a lot of snitching. God damn.
Yo, Willie PD MC. He brought down more niggas than Frank Lucas and Leroy Nicky Barnes combined. He told on Furtado brothers. He told on niggas he didn't even know.
He told on Furtado brothers?
This nigga told on everybody.
Ah, man.
How did he tell on Furtado?
Hold up. Matter of fact, let me go. I'm about to, man. Y'all niggas don't got me fucked up. Hold on one second.
Get him. Paperwork party.
Oh, here we go. This is James Kool-Aid Glaze right here. Hold on. This is brother. Hold on one second. This is fair use. Hold on. Fair use. This is his brother.
Salute. What's good, fellas?
What's good, bro? Yo, Kool-Aid, fair use Kool-Aid. I need this.
First 2021. I am James Kool-Aid Gibbs. I'm coming at y'all because there's 2 sides to every story. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done heard of a clown named Brianglazegibbs.
I'll be right back.
The clown part. The dude is my biological brother, 11 months older than him. he has been putting on YouTube a whole bunch of lies. And granted, 30% of the shit he say to y'all are fact. The other shit is untrue, very much untrue. He is hoodwinking y'all, and my point is to come and give y'all the truth and nothing but the truth about this clown.
Damn, his own brother.
Got his agreement with the federal government, his cooperation, half of the people that he do stories on, from my man Jesus.
So you know you got it bad.
To Little D, all of these are people who he has actually told on. I mean, his agreement, the paperwork say, the agents say, he has gone beyond the scope of what they ever asked him to do. He got arrested November '88 for the RICO violation, and he contacted them in January of '89. The man been in jail less than 60 days before he contacted the government about copping a deal. So how insane is that? But he's gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Shit.
Mr. Glaze, what happened to the ugly? But this is to let y'all know, stay tuned. There'll be other things coming from this page. We just wanted to get this out here today to let y'all know. We're going to give y'all some real story about Mr. Brianglazegibbs. And it will be the ugly on him. Y'all have a blessed day.
Hold up, we about to. Here we go.
It's hard for me to with me. We don't do that.
Coming at y'all one more time. Didn't expect to be back on here this quick. But as I was on my way to the gym today, I get a call from my 86-year-old aunt, who I love dearly. And, you know, I know one thing, she ain't on YouTube. She don't have a YouTube channel, you know, so the whole thing, she's talking to me about she's not doing well.
Fair use.
And she's doing so. And I go, what's wrong, Auntie? She said, I just want you and your brother to get along. And I said, what you mean? She said, whatever you put out there, please take it down. And I said, Auntie, where was y'all when this man was putting stuff out about me for the last couple of years? Please help me understand that.
Fair use.
You know what I'm saying? I just
Kool-Aid, get at me in my DM, Kool-Aid.
Over in her grave, and I understand all of that. And if I could really honor my auntie wishes, I will. So, Mr. Brianglazegibbs, I'm gonna make you an offer that the government never did with you. You know how when you told on all those people who had nothing to do with your case? This is my offer to you. You got 1 week to take down everything that you put up, not only about me, but every individual, because they got family too. You take it down, and I promise not to fully expose everything about you. You know, I got boxes of your paperwork that you sent to me in 1997 when you was being released, stuff that I didn't even know I had until
I think this takes the
take garage back in 2000 and
he top snitch right here.
8, 9, whatever may be the case. And it took me about 2-3 years before I actually read that paperwork. So I promise to you that you pull down all of that negative shit that you got on YouTube and Infomon, then we'll do something. But other than that, we're going to get to the root of the cause. Who is Brianglazegibbs? Brianglazegibbs is my younger brother of 11 months. I'm 11 months his senior. We grew up in the Bedford-Stuyvesant area of Brooklyn, New York. I would say around the age of 10, I was in public school that we moved to Cypress Hills projects. Could have been a little later. I don't actually remember the date. So I knew I was going to the 5th grade. I was kicked out of school by then, y'all. I was one of those mischievous kids, so I knew by the 7th grade I was going to IS-292 in East New York. So that kind of give us a range. And when we moved to Cypress Hills, we moved to 455 Fountain Avenue. And as we moved there, within a week or two, Glaze met a cat named Walter Johnson, better known as Tut. So that was his nemesis from that week that we moved there up until, and they had a little love-hate relationship. Tut used to go boxing school, and as he went to boxing school, he used to try to bully Glaze, and they got in a couple of tussles. And one day Tut came up there to the 6th floor. We lived in apartment 6G, and as he came up there, he's trying to play that same shit with me. And I boxed his ass, and I guess I hit harder than Glaze, and the motherfucker never tried that with me no more. So as time went on, you know, Glaze, he got out there in the street, but he was never a bad cat or never really trying to do too much. I was always the hustler in the family, from getting a messenger job, and after getting a messenger job, shit, I would go.
He was jealous of his own
into if nobody was looking at me, I would look for their petty cash. And I remember one day going in the office and seeing the petty cash. Shit, the lick was like $3,000 something.
Oh, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go to the video where he put all the paperwork out. This guy, what? Check this shit out right here, yo. This shit is crazy.
Oh, he got all the paperwork too. Oh,
yeah, well, y'all gotta read this clown shit. He say working for Fat Cat and Happy was the highlight of his life. Wow, that just really show you the kind of clown this cat really is. Wow, did y'all read that? Not having a kid,
highlight of his life.
Not getting married for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th time. You know, not watching a child born, you know, was the highlight of his life.
Yo, Kennedy's stupid, yo.
Now
808 boy, salute.
His mentality is at, wow, working for other people in the street, illegal, was the highlight of his life.
Hold on, 1 second. Mm-hmm. Yo, TV is fake. These your Brooklyn brothers, talk about it.
Well, I already told you about how the whole situation was already, man. I told you. So, again, I'm not going to take nothing away from Glaze because, you know, he did put in some work, whatever. But like I said, his legacy is not stomped in Brooklyn. His legacy is stomped in Queens. Now, don't get me wrong. There was some niggas that fucked with him from Brooklyn because, again, they from the projects, Cypress. But, again, his brother, like I was telling you, was more known in Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his brother's more known for what? Getting money?
Yeah, getting money. Like I said, back in the day, like I said, your Cypress Project is probably one of the biggest housing projects in New York City. You know what I mean? So, I mean, anybody that was in those projects was getting money. You didn't even have to leave from in front of your building to get money. Everybody just got money in front of their building.
Right. Nah, I feel you on that one. That's how it was. The project buildings had all the money in it.
And this is the days of spots. When back in the day, you didn't unless you was a nigga that put in work or you had some type of power, you wasn't hustling your own shit. You was hustling for niggas.
Facts.
You was hustling for niggas. There was nothing wrong with that though, my nigga. There was nothing wrong with hustling for niggas.
Nah, because niggas was getting money.
Niggas exactly. Like I said, you know, nigga, lookout niggas. The lookout niggas was bringing like $1,000 a week or better home.
Yep, that's a fact.
All the times, you know, went to the store because you know back in the day, like I said, depending on the kind of spot you worked in, right? It was just like almost like a regular job. You couldn't leave that motherfucker to go to the store. So you sent the lookouts to the store. They went to the weed spots. They went to get your snacks, Chinese restaurant. So you made money off these niggas. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, you know, I'm not going to take nothing away from Glaze. He did, you know, put in some work. But yeah, he told on niggas as well. Like you just said, you know, his name is in paperwork, whatever. And again, his legacy is stomped in Queens.
Harlem Heard, facts, Harlem Heard, salute. Thanks for coming to the page. I appreciate you, Queen. But yo, let's listen to what this.
Once you rat all the shit you did, all the work you put in, that shit gets nullified.
Once you rap, all that shit don't even count no more, yo.
Yeah.
Hold on, here we go. This is Kool-Aid talking about
You
it.
can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. And you know, by the time we get to the fourth page, y'all gonna see how this $40,000 a day liar, he's gonna tell y'all in his own word, when his main spot, his own word, his main spot in Coney Island, because that's the only spot he had besides 18 months before that, before the Silver Mills body, the A-team had let him get 4 hours a day, a couple days a week on Fountain Avenue. So off of that side. But other than that, the dude never had no damn spot. But he's gonna tell you the truth for once. He used to average $500 to $1,000 a day. His own word. This is only a couple months before they did the Operation Horse Collar when they got bagged. The indictment came out. So I just want y'all to read it for yourself. Because Cool is not making up none of this.
Tennessee's going in.
Cool is giving it to y'all 100 like he's been doing.
Now, to be honest with you, I
since he came on YouTube.
know Fat Cat is home now. I think Fat Cat, he's up for parole. So it would be good to hear Fat Cat's side of the story to put a lot of rumors to rest. You know what I mean?
This is Brian never wanted y'all to read this. He never wanted y'all to see this part. Initially, before he brought out the steroid version, where he was this and he was that, he was going to tell y'all the truth. Now let's go to this page. Y'all got to read that one carefully.
Yeah, you got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, talking about the truth.
I mean, this is him. He's telling you where the spot was at. His main spot, his words now. Not the steroid copy, his words. And he's saying the spot went up to 7,500. I don't believe that. But even if we give him that, $7,500 a day is a long way from 40,000 a day.
You're Harlem Heard. Word is my mama told me stop telling
everything. What his cartoon characters audience gonna say? So what? That's a lot of money still. Yeah. Y'all live in cuckoo land. That's a lot of money. Y'all could be y'all could get a role in his movie.
Now I ain't gonna lie, some of that shit I don't know the money amount because the crack spots.
Yo, y'all, all the parts of y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, yo.
And it just
Brad, I don't see nowhere in here where it say you made $40,000. I done read the whole thing, line by line. There ain't nowhere in here say you made $40,000.
Put your like in. Put your like in.
News and stuff was talking about one of the spot Cat had was making that. You just ran with it. You ran. They gave you a body a day, 50-something body during that time. I ain't see you take the credit for that. But that $40,000 a day sounded good. But according to this paperwork, that was a lie too. Remember, look at the name at the top. He had this printed out. Peace out, y'all. One love.
I mean, some of the shit he probably put down, niggas don't put down, everything. I don't think that,
They don't.
Even if he was making 40,000 a day, right? If he was, that was probably for Fat Cat and all in general. You know what I mean? Like he was probably bringing in 40 grand a day in total, whether his profit or what he probably was just bringing that, back to the team. But I mean, again, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure why them two even falling out. They supposed to be brothers, bro.
Yo, here go the preacher shit, yo. Everybody said Preacher's the biggest record. He write on his kids. This is
Yeah. That'll give you the title right there. Yo, you heard about that dude from Chicago?
Was created that brought forth a new wave of urban
He's gonna tell on his son because his son left him in jail or something like that for a murder case.
Well, no, that wasn't. Yeah, he felt like his son should have took the charge for it. He was feeling like was dad come home. So
Yeah, something like that.
But how can I say that, right? Nigga probably ain't had no with his dad, my nigga. But that shit happened. They ain't had no real relationship.
Nah, that's a fact.
Because, like you said, on the strength, real talk. If I know that me and my dad, did something and we were charged, he right. So his dad is right to an extent. You know what? I'm gonna take the charge for my pops. Fuck that. My pops gonna make sure.
Hey, yo, your TV is fake. TV's fake. Look at Harlem her. She fine as hell, yo. Kill all rats. That's right.
Facts.
Harlem her.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful.
Shout out. Lovely lady in the building.
Yo, hold up. I'm gonna put up old boy interview the son of Preacher. Hold on 1 second. Here we go right here. Fair use.
The drug epidemic.
Preacher had been kicking around the streets of Harlem since the early 70s, and everybody knew him by his nickname, the Black Hand of Death.
He had 99.9% of Harlem under pressure.
If a drug dealer looked like he was getting paid, so to say, he was driving a brand new full-size Mercedes-Benz, and Preacher liked that car, that was Preacher's.
My father trained us just like the feds did. Watch. We took pictures of motherfuckers.
If you're hitting every other drug dealer on the streets, 3,000 here, 3,000 here, 5,000 there, that's a lot of money. It adds up.
We had a motherfucker over there, 125th Street, right? Fifth Avenue. Got a fish and chip joint. I think this nigga named Joe or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Got the fish and chip joint, right? Father, slick motherfucker. He take a Louis Vuitton bag, right? Cut up newspaper, stack it, right? He put like, I think it was like 20 stacks, right? On the top and the bottom is only $100 bill, but in the middle ain't nothing but paper. Got the shit stacked like bundles. Put it in the bag, right? Got the broad, right? One of my co-defendants, right? She's in there, right? The game plan is two dudes that was down with us, you know what I'm saying?
To be honest with
Run
you,
up in
shit.
there, stick the joint up. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. They gonna stick it up, right? This nigga, this is an extortion move that he doing. Stick up kids is up in there. They see the money, right, in the bag, you know what I'm saying? They stick the whole joint up. They don't stick the store up, they stick her up, but in the establishment. This nigga owe money now, right? That's the whole thing. How he owe money? That's what everybody want to know. How he owe money? Because she got robbed in your establishment with my money. You know what I'm saying? And the deal was that she came down there to do a deal with this nigga. So you set us up.
And believe me, they all paid, because if they didn't pay, Preacher would pay him a visit, or he would order his people to pay him a visit, and they'd wind up dead.
The Preacher's main lieutenant was a man named John Cuff.
Cuff is the leader of this whole shit, right? So he know what to say and everything. Cuff got some motherfucking
cutthroat.
Before we get there, he gets some cards.
Conniving,
right? Got the cards stacking them shits, right? Boom. We go down there, right? You know, we ain't got the broad with us. We go down there, the motherfucker that's running the joint. The whole game is Cuff tell him, yo, where the owner at, man? Tell him he need to call me. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers robbed.
Fair use, fair use.
And everything, you know what I'm saying? And if he don't call me
Fair
at
use,
such and such
fair
time, y'all need to call this number and do the stack of funeral calls on top of the counter.
John Cuff was an ex-New York City housing cop. As a cop, he provided protection and bodyguard work for Preacher. So if they were driving through the neighborhood and were stopped, John Cuff had a shield where he would probably be let go and not given a summons or anything further would happen.
My father's the boss of the whole organization, the whole Preacher crew. Cuff was the lieutenant of the whole Preacher crew. Malik was the sergeant of the janitors of the Preacher crew.
He was in charge of a group of members who were known as the janitors. The janitors were the people that had to clean up
the fucked up shit. Like with dudes who was trying to earn their bones, or even dudes that already had bones that shot a motherfucker and he lived. The janitors come and clean that joint up. You know what I'm saying? And when they come clean that up, this dude ain't getting away.
And you couldn't be a janitor unless you killed somebody.
So he was valuable because every hit that he ever went after, he never missed. You know what I'm saying? He killed every victim that he ever had to go get, and he liked it.
Tell it, boy. That nigga
Tell me about
everybody tell it.
when y'all would get sent on a hit to go do a hit and how it was all orchestrated for detail.
Right. Well, it all depends on certain type of hits. In other words, basically the character of the individual and the situation that it was, right? Because in some hits, it only be 2 of us. In some hits, it'll be 4 of us, right? But there's only one person that's going to do the hit. But no matter what, there's always going to be somebody to back you up.
You might somebody name. Yo, what you said TV's fake? The way this nigga snitching right now, he might just call niggas names out. I mean, he done gave everything. Yo, his daddy snitched on him, yo. Well, from what I seen this little interview he did, right? So from what I was told, right, from what I was read as well, that Preacher gave him the opportunity to tell first. He told his son to tell. The son didn't tell. He wanted to hold it down. So, you know, I guess, you know, Preacher was like, fuck that. Well, if you ain't gonna tell, I'm telling. And that's basically what the fuck happened. You don't tell your kids though, bruh. You're right. Listen, I mean, I'm not justifying what he did, but that's what from what I was reading. And even he said it. The dude in the interview, he even said it. He's like, yeah, my dad told me to tell. But I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna tell. I'm going down, you know what I mean? And then again, he said, then to turn around, my father started telling. Told on him, his sister, everybody, bro. Nigga told on him. That's crazy, bro. You told your kids, bro. How you telling your kids, son? Yeah. So listen, you know what? I don't want to talk about like race or anything when it comes to snitching shit, right? But this just show you time and time again. We have a phrase, right, of this non-snitch and don't tell. But you have a small percentage of people. You think of the mass of people. It's a small percentage that live by that code. Most of these niggas, when they go to jail, they're going to tell. Especially when they get hit, when they see numbers. Now, you got some niggas that won't even go to jail for a bag of weed. They be like, oh, what you want to know? You know what I mean? But again, it just shows you have a small percentage that's holding on to these values, a small percentage. Because no matter where you go, right? These Russian gangsters, they snitch. Mexican cartels snitch. You just keep going. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody snitching. You got the fucking Aryan gang. They got niggas that snitching. Everybody got niggas that snitch. But this is what you would think that, again, you know, you'll have more rules or more, how can I say, measures in place to try to limit that as much as possible. You know what I mean? Everybody tell him, my nigga. Everybody tell him. Yeah, Preacher, although he extorting drug dealers, my nigga. Niggas that didn't want no drama. A lot of niggas that wasn't really busting their gun. Now, some niggas that he tried that, you know, that went at Preach. So a lot of niggas did go at Preach when he tried to bullshit. You know what I mean? And Preach fell back from them niggas. But most of the time, Preacher extorted niggas that basically was just getting money. All these, and that's when the level of independence came in the drug game. Before, you know, when all the bosses got indicted, went to the feds, and everybody just started getting keys, and everybody was their own boss. That's when, you know, niggas like Preacher, the old school gangsters, just coming out like, oh, these little niggas out here. How most niggas do when they come out. These little niggas out here getting money. And next you know, the bullshit happened. Because Alpo and them niggas, Rich Porter and all them, they were,
you know, an individual might be around too many people.
Yo, hold on 1 second. TV's fake.
So this way, this dude gonna get away.
We're about to get to AC real quick.
He's a very smart man.
People in the streets would talk to my father and tell him shit about people. You know what I'm saying? And he always knew where a motherfucker was at. You know what I'm saying? So all we had to do was from there, we follow him. You know what I'm saying? A few days, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We get, intel on him. You know what I mean? Get the pictures. We do the same thing like the feds would do. You know what I'm saying? We switch up 2 or 3 cars, sometimes 4 or 5 cars.
Masks, tape.
You know what I'm saying? We follow. We know basically his route. You know what I'm saying? And what happened is our main objective is to find out where he thinks nobody knows he's at. You know what I'm saying? Like far as, okay, this is his down low chick, or that's his mama's house. You know what I'm saying? He moved us somewhere, or this is his house when he moved in Jersey or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas want to go to Jersey or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So they do shit like that, and we right behind them.
This is a part of the game also. The snatch kid is a part of the game. The stick-up kid is a part of the game.
A lot of motherfuckers be so naive that they not paying attention to what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? You play this game, you should be worried about the police, such as should be worried about niggas like us.
Because all this shit is a motherfucking package deal, man. You can't have one without the other. It's impossible.
On New Year's Eve, 1992, emergency units responded to a call.
A dude ended up sticking up a guy that was down with us, sticking up his spot. And so me and another individual went on a hunt looking for him. You know what I'm saying? We found him that same night.
He was going to be abducted.
And it was crazy is he was letting out some people out his car. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, yo, hold up, we gonna wait till he let him out. You know what I'm saying? He let him out, but two other guys were still in there with him. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I dipped down the block and cut the street off and blocked his car off. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't go nowhere. Homeboy got out, you know what I'm saying? Walked up to him. The dude knew what time it was because he tried to back out the street, but he couldn't go nowhere. My man let off. The car hit the car. He tried to, after he shot a few times, the dude tried to run him over. The car ended up hitting up on 3 other cars, spent over and turned upside down. Homie walked up to the car, got up in the car, on his knees, and bust off. You know what I'm saying? Shot everybody in the car. When he came back, it was blood all splattered over the gun, all over his hand and his chest and all that because he was so.
Oh, this nigga rat like his daddy.
So
I told you that, my nigga. And yo, you gotta think about it too, my nigga. This is the time when niggas was getting 6 months for a gun too. Right?
Got rid of the jacket.
You was getting 6 months for the burn on the island,
The
my nigga.
C-11 squad found a witness who told them the shooter was a preacher crew member named.
What you said? TV's fake.
This is the time when niggas was getting 6 months on the island, my nigga, for a burner. Like you got caught with a gun, nigga, you was getting 6 months to a year, my nigga. For a gun, my nigga. Facts. Nigga, I remember when that shit went up from 6 months, it went up to 8 months, then that shit went up to a year, then that shit went to 3 years, then that shit went to 5 years. For a burner, my nigga.
Niggas are telling still after the fact.
Because niggas want to get money. Niggas want to tell niggas want to snitch, tell a story, and think they're gonna get paid. They want to everybody
Right.
paid in full, my nigga.
Yo, hey, but we talk about everybody forgot AZ was a rat. I don't know why.
Ain't nobody forget that shit.
Forget that shit.
Forgot AZ was a rat, bro. I'm about to put AZ up real quick.
Preach was extorting AZ too.
Yeah, I know. Here go AZ right here. The king rat back then.
Preach was giving that nigga money, that nigga work. That nigga preach everything, boy.
The rest was in the leg. My leg got broke from the gunshot wound. So when I came back into the body, I got up off the floor, walked into the bedroom and seen all the bodies on the floor. And I felt guilty, man. I felt like it was my fault. Like, damn, man. So I clammed in the bed, put the covers over me, my brother. And I just wanted to die, man. I wanted to wake up dead. Next thing you know, I woke up, I'm in the hospital with my moms and my sister and my girl over me saying, yo, who did this? Who did this? And that's how that happened, bro. I knew, the cat, Kevin Clark, I knew it was him. To this day, I regret me knowing their voice because I felt like if I didn't know their voice, maybe they wouldn't have shot everybody. Maybe, but I recognized him and tried to talk to him like, yo, Kev, what you doing, man? That's when he flipped out. Don't say my fucking name. You know what I mean? That's when he started barking out, snatched the mask off. Most definitely. But all right, let me put it like this. What up? After that happened, when they asking me, my sisters and they all ask me, who did this? Who did this? Who did this? When I'm in the hospital, this is how the police approach me. I'm in the hospital, the doctor's trying to save me. The police come, the detectives, and I think a Bronx DA was with them. But it was a serious situation. 5 people found shot up in the Bronx.
That nigga is super telling, boy.
When they came in,
me to sleep right now. It's like a bedtime story.
I'm halfway alive and half dead, man. But the doctors is like,
you half alive and half.
We need to try to save him right now. I recall the district attorney or whoever he was. We need 5 minutes alone with him. This is what they told the doctors, you know, and my family. Trying to recall. So the doctor said, I don't think he had 5 minutes. Huh? But they said, well, we need those 5 minutes. So my family and the doctors had to leave out the room. You know, family crying, screaming. They had to listen to the law. So they said, well, okay, we're going to put this tape recorder on your chest. Do you recognize this as a tape recorder? I'm like, yes. So they asked me, you know, questions like, who's the president? I think Reagan was the president at that time. I said, Ronald Reagan. You know what I mean? And then, you see what this is? You know, a pencil. Okay, he's conscious. Was you present at 1295, the Grand Concourse at a certain time? Blah, 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 blah. Yes. You feel me? Who was you with? You know they're all dead, right? You know you're the only one that could, you know you're dying, right? I said, now what do? I don't know the other two cats. You feel me? So who shot you? And I was like, Kevin. You feel me?
Tell it.
It was like, Kevin who? I said, my sister's boyfriend. I didn't really think I knew his last name at that time. Did he act alone? I said, no, he had 2 others with him.
Damn.
Do you know what he shot you with? What type of gun?
A 9.
I said, I don't know, man. And then it seemed like my spirit again left my body, man.
You was telling, that's why you left your body. The spirit.
And now I could look and see from a spiritual perspective, like I'm dead.
The spirit was
So
disgusting.
now they asking me questions and I'm not answering. They grabbed my pulse and they took the tape recorder, like he's out of here, and left. As soon as they left, seemed like my spirit went back into my body. The doctor came, grabbed me. He's like, you okay? I said, yeah. It's like if I didn't, my spirit, it's like God saved me, bro. Not just from getting shot, but from the questioning, you know, it's deep, man. He didn't get scooped up right after that. I think he was on the run. And he wound up turning himself in somewhere in Philly. He wound up telling on the other 2 cats. I think he told the police he was there, but he didn't do no shooting. The police, they took 3 different bullets out of me and took different bullets out of the rest of them. So they basically said, okay, well.
He still got them bullets,
you know, somebody had 2 guns. Repercussions physically, no. But verbally, yes, because you hear little things, and the person that you hear it from, that's a part of you, that hurts more so than cats that you don't even give a fuck, you don't even know. My situation was that situation, and I don't regret my situation. You understand? They tried to murder me, and they had no reason to do that, under no circumstance. They just didn't try to take my life, but 5 other people, man. Yo, cold-blooded murders for what? Anything you would have asked me for, I would have gave it to you. So with no reason for that.
They didn't get.
And to me, now people might feel another way.
You're a rat,
I
nigga.
could have paid someone to retaliate. Cash was coming all day. You understand? So at the end of the day, I don't care what no one says. And to me, I did not snitch on Rich. I did not snitch on Alpo. Or anybody, Lulu. I didn't want to take the stand, personally speaking. You feel me? But my lawyer advised me to do it because they're going to be on you afterwards. You're already on the radar now. Who is this fucking kid? You understand? Because when I got shot, it was like 1,000 people or more at the hospital. Outside, like. So that raises curiosity. My lawyer advised me.
Hold on. Let me say something.
You should, but this is what I'm going to have them do.
Let me say something about this nigga. The reason this nigga really ratted is because when the feds came in here and they got to that safe, them niggas found crack, cocaine, paraphernalia, guns, and money. That's why he told. He didn't tell because the nigga shot him. He told because he was already caught in a drug transaction.
Right.
It had nothing to do with him, the niggas getting shot. He was trying to save his own. He was trying to save his own ass. Period. How do you think he got immunity? If he didn't have all that drugs and shit, he would never got immunity.
Yo, what did I can say about Preacher too though? Preacher, a lot of these niggas, like you said, Preacher robbed and was extorting a lot of these niggas. Boy, he's one of them. Preacher was extorting that nigga, and Preacher also robbed Fat Cat.
Yo, man, Mr. Mecca, that's right. What about the 13-year-old girl that he was sleeping with? AZ was sleeping with a 13-year-old girl. They got shot and stabbed in the situation. Well, he was like 21, 22. That nigga was telling so he could save himself. He wasn't telling because them other people, them innocent people got shot. None of them niggas was innocent because they all sold drugs. They was all street motherfuckers. Facts.
Like you said, another thing talking about I would have gave it to the nigga. That's the reason why the nigga did that, because you wasn't giving it to the nigga. The nigga came to take it.
AZ Faison is a sucker.
That's why the nigga did that shit. Like I said, these niggas, all the niggas that was getting real money, the gangsters went to jail. They came home. All these old niggas is now getting money. Niggas that wasn't putting in no work. Niggas is claiming buildings and blocks. Niggas came home like, yo, y'all niggas, man, you better give that shit up. That's exactly how it went, bro.
Oh, Jersey J in the building. New Jersey J on the radar. Salute my brother.
Salute to the chat. Salute to the live. Salute to the panel. How's everybody's Monday morning?
We're talking about these rat ass niggas.
Well, who we talking on now?
Right now we on AZ Faison.
He on paperwork?
That nigga told those niggas to shot him and the people that work for him.
Well,
now, but bruh, ain't no nothing, bruh.
Well, you got to think about it, homie. Listen, huh?
If you're in a game, you don't try to get a deal so you can walk free and everybody else go to jail. We ain't doing no well. We from Eastwick, son. We don't do well.
No.
Right there,
All I'm saying is this, right? That nigga got damn near butchered in that apartment. I don't know what was on his heart as far as whether he was thinking he was about to die. He thought he was dead already when he told the police from his hospital bed.
That nigga told, bruh.
All right, but I'm saying though, listen. The whole fucking situation is this. The motherfuckers ain't just try to kill AZ. They shot 5 other people. 3 other people died.
Yo, and hold up. And one of the other people they shot was AZ Faison, 13-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, whoa, a girlfriend?
He was having sex with a 13-year-old. She got shot and stabbed.
Did she? Whoa. This nigga was a pedophile?
Huh?
This nigga was a pedophile?
Bro.
Did they ever charge him?
That's how he got immunity, bro.
Oh, so he told them why he was there at that apartment.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And he was being truthful, so he got immunity on that to tell on the motherfuckers that came in there to slaughter them?
Fucking rat.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know all that.
Niggas
that I didn't know all of. Yeah, oh man, you dirty dick nigga, first of all.
Mecca, speak. That's Mecca. Let's go what we talked about. Why this thing got immunity, bro?
Okay.
Hey, back.
What's up, y'all? Give me a minute. I'm gonna just go back to the article, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute.
Good morning, Mecca.
Good morning. I said good morning. Good morning, Jersey J. Good morning, Wax AP. Good morning, TV is Fake. Mac Mizzle, what's up?
Mac Mizzle TV. Look at New Jersey J.
What's up? What's up? About to twist me some dope.
What's up?
I'm waiting for Mecca to read that.
Born putting these rats out on damn Front Street as he should. Nigga telling all this shit. How the fuck could you get immunity from being a snitch? What about the crime that you committed? What happens to that?
Facts.
Yeah. That gets
What
swept
happens-
under the rug.
You get immunity. You get immunity for being a fucking rat. And what happens to their charge? Like, what the fuck do they? That's crazy, huh? I never understood that shit.
Well, when you play on that side of the game, you know, when you pull treachery like that, there are some perks with that shit. They will dismiss your shit.
This country is
you know.
fucked.
I'm just saying. I'm not justifying it. I'm just I'm just explaining it. You know what I mean? Them niggas get perks.
Okay, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
6 people were shot in the head early yesterday in the South Bronx apartment during a drug-related robbery, the police say. 3 died immediately, but 3 others, including a 13-year-old girl, were found alive. The police say they responded shortly after 2:30 a.m. to a telephone call reporting the sounds of gunshot from a 3rd floor apartment at 1295 Grand Concourse near 169th Street in the Morrisina section. When the police arrived, they discovered 6 people, all of whom had been shot in the head and body at close range. 3 of them had been handcuffed behind the back and were already dead. The dead were identified as Myra, 50, and I don't want to say their whole name.
Okay.
Joanne, 44. They both lived in the apartment building. That's the apartment that it took place in.
Mm-hmm.
And then a guy named Charles, he was 23. And the police said 2 of the other victims, Lynette Bell, that's the 13-year-old, whose address was unknown, and Michael, 34, of 1700 Grand Concourse, and they was taken to Municipal Hospital, and then AZ was 23 at the time. And the girl, the police said the girl had apparently been stabbed in the stomach before being shot.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that's they took her and she was in critical condition. And the police said they believe there were 3 assailants, and they used a 9mm handgun, 38 caliber, and a 380. And I got to go back to the other article that tell what they found in the house.
Okay.
So give me a minute.
Okay, take your time. But I still want to know, like anybody got any something to read off of or put up on the screen as far as paperwork on that immunity shit?
I'm gonna have them grant you immunity. Anything that they question you about on the stand cannot be used against you from this point on back. So go ahead, because they really wanted to know, these dudes. And one of the cats that shot me, this is real talk, was one of the cats that they first brought up. Juveniles could get locked up when they're 15. He was one of those dudes. He did his time and he came home and he did this situation, did this. So that's what they was really trying to implicate, the reason why they put this type of people away.
Right.
Good movie, man. Excellent cast. Everybody played their role to perfection. Cameron did a good role playing Alpo. Wood
The
Harris
whole
did a
story, though.
good role playing me. Lulu, good role, good movie, man. But at the end of the film, why do you make it look like I was wearing a wire and told on Alpo? So here I present a film to them, Trap, to try to save a generation. Like, wake up, man. Why do y'all destroy my character to the streets that who I'm trying to talk to make it look like I was a snitch?
You was a
so
snitch,
that they
nigga.
can't hear the message. Because who want to listen to the snitch? So that's when I, question.
Yo, Nick, you got immunity, nigga, for telling them niggas. Hey, Mecca, you found the other article?
No, I'm still looking.
Hold up.
I sent it to you before, so.
Ain't
Yo, like I
nothing
said,
but a paperwork party. Doom, 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 doom. A paperwork party.
They were trying to say Preacher had something to do with that shit.
He ain't had nothing to do with that.
I know, but they was trying to tie Preacher. They were trying to say Preacher has, because like I told you, Preacher robbing everybody back in the day. He just, all like I said, all the little niggas that was coming up. You know what I mean? He wasn't with no gang or no crew.
Yo, hold on. Here go Brianglazegibbs. Here go the niggas that grew up Brianglazegibbs right here talking. Hold up.
So who want to go first, or y'all want to do it together? It don't make a difference. All right.
You know the ball got shot over here? Who? The ball, Bird brother? Yeah, Bird brother.
Yeah. Yo, we out here in Kingsworld, man, with the infamous Pies and Nuke, man. Somebody who really know the story of what went in the late 80s and 90s out here in the middle 80s and the 90s out here, man. We just trying to set the record straight on this character they call Brianglazegibbs. You understand? He been putting people name in his mouth, you understand, who's very credible.
Hey, Mac, what you say?
Oh, because you got to remember that he was under 24-hour police surveillance, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was under that. But they found some paraphernalia. They found cocaine. They found valve. Spent shells, because that go with the thing. They found empty crack valve, drugs, paraphernalia, and a couple. That's what was found in the house. That's how they put it in there.
Yeah. So that's why a nigga told. That nigga didn't tell because he was trying to save them because he felt sorry. He told because he didn't want to go to fucking prison.
Yeah. That's why they all fucking tell. They get it. I don't know. They get attached to that fucking lifestyle. The women, the cars, the clothes. The niggas just ain't got. This niggas just don't want to be a man.
Get in, get out. That's an OG's classic.
Take another nigga away from their family. That shit corny as hell.
Yo, check this out. This Kool-Aid right here. He got the hood. He got the hood from Brooklyn. Talk about Glaze. Hold on. Here we go.
Credible and got nothing to do with his bullshit. You understand? So I'm gonna ask these brother a couple of questions and let them voice their opinion on it. I mean, this is for both of y'all, man. Pies and Nuke. You understand? Do y'all know this character?
I never met him a day in my life. You never know him? Well, I know him because I lived around the corner from me and shit.
Yeah.
I lived in Cyprus. I lived on Milton. I'm from the East, but I'm from everywhere.
Okay.
I know him. I know him when we went to Redar.
Okay.
When he robbed that girl for her fucking, what he robbed her for? Bracelet?
A watch, a gold watch, that grimy shit.
Yeah, he do shit to girls, but yeah, I know that lane.
All right. So like I say, how about Nice? Y'all know Little D Nice from out here?
My brother.
Your brother.
And that's my cousin.
All right.
And matter of fact, we standing right under the window.
Right, that's the window?
That's the
What building that is in
That's
Kingsborough?
708.
708 Kingsborough? That's where it started at?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the old boy got him like, if Little D was nobody, you understand? If Little D was under him and, like cats like that, I mean.
I don't understand this. Whatever you did, you did. You know what I'm saying? If you was a gangster before you did all the telling, you was a fucking gangster. But once you start telling on every fucking body,
wow.
If you tell him one point, that wipes all of that shit out.
It's true.
He's out here, he's scandalizing my name. I don't do Facebook, I don't do social media, I don't do none of that shit. I don't watch that shit, I don't care nothing about it. The 80s was the 80s.
Thank you.
If you know me, you know me.
Okay.
You know what the fuck I do.
Okay.
He know what I did.
Oh.
He know me. He know I ain't make no deal with nobody. I ain't try to make no deal. Yeah, they came and got me. They snatched me.
They snatched her. They snatched every fucking body.
Okay.
Everybody that was affiliated.
Okay.
They snatched all of us. And they bring what they do. They bring you down there. They try to scare you. And if you a bitch like this motherfucker, you tell on yourself.
Oh,
You'll
wow.
tell on yourself.
Okay.
And now you got to do some fucking bitch shit.
Yeah.
But I've never told on nobody. There's nothing written nowhere. Anything that you say when you're in the interview with them people, it's part of discovery.
Yes, sir.
And if I was that told on anybody, my cousin, he would have that in his discovery.
Yes, sir.
They tried to put me on these indictments, but fortunately for me, this clown wasn't around, and all he got is secondhand shit, is hearsay.
Yes.
Or he would have been pointing me out like he pointed every fucking body else out.
True that. So with this nonsense that he's talking about, that they brought you down to tell on D, you understand, and they couldn't do nothing with your sentence, you understand, that's totally false.
Totally false.
Because
they brought me down. They brought me down. Twice.
Okay.
They brought me down. They tried to scare me up. Oh, this is your chance. This is your chance to cooperate. If you don't cooperate, people was using your name. This is your chance to cooperate. We could do something for you. Cooperate about what? I don't fucking remember nothing. I don't know shit. I don't. Whatever y'all got, if y'all got all this information, what the fuck y'all need me for?
So you actually was doing time in the state when they brought you down.
I got 20 to life.
20 to life.
Yeah, people thought I had 100 years.
Okay.
People did all these stories about all this shit I did. Whatever I did. Whatever I did. People thought I had 100 years.
So we all have done state bids, and we know when you testify against somebody or when you make statements that shit will go all over the state, that people will actually know this for fact. Yeah. So I ain't never heard your name and no shit. Besides, the only one I ever heard your name in paperwork is from Brad. His other name is Radford Henderson, also known as Glaze. He the only one who I ever heard had your name in his mouth. You understand? But he had dozens of other people, credible people named.
He probably was mad. I don't know. I'm gangster.
Yeah. And I see, bro.
Forever.
Yeah.
I was on Rikers Island in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was a gangster then. Motherfuckers didn't take my shit in Rikers Island. I went to Rikers Island in 1980. I had a British Walker. I had a sheepskin. I had a suede front. That's what I went to the full building with. That's what I came home with.
Okay.
But they took his shit.
Wow.
I ain't never been no punk. I never learned how to be no punk. I'm a stand-up motherfucker. I've been doing what I do. People that know me, they respect me. I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't gotta hide.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere. Motherfuckers know. My man K.O. Smitty said, no matter what you do, there's always somebody there, and the shit gonna come up.
That's right.
If I told anybody, if I made stand, wherever,
it would be because he also have done the same shit about me. Well, tell me this. Any of y'all been doing, both of y'all done did about 20 years in that state.
31.
Oh, 31, goddamn.
I did 26.
Well,
now, this is the deal. Let me just say this. If I would have helped them in any way, they would have helped me get out of jail at the first board.
Yeah.
The broad, I forgot her name, the black bitch, whatever name.
Prosecutor, a DA, right?
Margot Brody.
District attorney you talking about,
whatever she, the federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
She said, in my face, she this close to me. She said, you're stupid. She said, people is using your name, involving you in these murders. She said, I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself. She said, I'll write a letter to the parole board guaranteeing that you get out of jail. All you got to do is help us. I said, I don't know nothing. I ain't help nobody. She said, you don't want to help? I'm gonna write the same letter requesting that they never let you go. You got life on the end. I went to 3 boards.
Wow.
If I helped them, I have to go to 3 boards.
Nah, that definitely, that's true. That's a mouthful right there. But another question, now his new shit is, hey, cool, you've been snitching ever since you got picked up in Vegas. Y'all both did 20 plus in the Fed, in the state. Y'all ever heard my name in anybody paperwork?
Never. I ain't heard that.
Okay, go ahead, Nuke.
Right?
Go ahead, Nuke.
Nuke, salute to Nuke.
I was telling.
Yeah.
I got a co-defendant that's actual innocent and did 12 years behind me. Right? I did 31 years on the case.
Wow.
The case that he spoke about, the James Baker case. I never met your brother.
Who's James Baker?
Porterfield.
No, I know. I want the people to know. Yeah.
I never met your brother. I was indicted for homicide and under investigation for others. But the point is, nobody's on my indictments. I never went to a grand jury on no one, statements on anyone, or testified against anyone. I don't know why he got my name in his mouth. He never met me.
Wow.
That's myself.
Yeah, but I guess that's the type of things he been doing, knocking down credible
But it's
people.
not that. I'm out here working with these young men.
A
that he
real
claimed-
brother who working
that he
with
claimed-
real youth.
That he claimed to do.
Yeah.
I don't get caught back and forth with this. I'm out here and I'm in these streets trying to save brothers from going through what I went through.
Much
31
appreciated.
years.
Much
now,
appreciated, brother.
31. I won't let him or anyone else discredit me. I stood 10 toes down.
Respect.
You understand? That's his cross to bear. Don't drag me along with it. If
Yeah.
you want to have a conversation, I'm here for the conversation.
So you open for a conversation if
with
you
anyone
all right?
when
that-
it comes to want to help these youth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm not, listen, man, my gangster days is behind me.
Thank you.
But again, I'm not far removed if somebody keep pushing. I don't push. I just want to be left alone to do the work that I'm doing that we all should be trying to
Thank you.
save these kids.
Exactly.
What we did in the 80s,
We did.
come on.
And we
And
read
again, we destroyed our neighborhoods. It's
Yes.
time for us to repair it.
Okay.
Fair use, fair
Regardless of
use.
what he claimed to be or was, if you really want to help. Stop trying to destroy people's names that want to do the work. Motherfuckers is dead. They can't refute what he's saying. I'm alive.
You got a point. You got a point there.
Yes, sir.
Because Nice asked me. Other than that, I would have just left it alone.
Yes.
But I'm saying it to him and anybody else. I stood 10 toes down. Can y'all say that? I don't point the finger at no one. I got a cold fin at the 12 and after 25. Had nothing to do with it.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
And I tried. I went on a stand for him to get him acquitted. That's how I jammed myself up on the case. And when I came home to help him get his name exonerated.
These old ass niggas still selling crack.
This is 708, y'all. 708, 7 Walk in Kingsborough. You
my thing is
understand?
this.
But we talking to the brother.
Yo, is these old ass niggas still selling crack?
Nah, he ain't selling no crack.
They try to get the crackheads away from me. You're like, yo, we get away. We good.
Go around the block.
Get that shit from the other side. We busy right now.
Yo, what's that? What's that in the corner there? That's a camera. What's that?
All right. So we know Brianglazegibbs
joints,
right?
Yeah, it's either lights. There's probably a camera on top of that joint too.
Let's go to Rayful Edmonds. My cousin. That's my cousin, my physical cousin. Rayful Edmonds is my physical cousin. But he's a fucking rat. So we
Hey, yo, you related to Rayful Edmonds?
That's my grandmother's nephew.
That's your grandma's nephew?
Yeah, rat.
Wow.
Damn. Yep. Everybody know. I never lied about it. I always say this nigga was a rat. I got rats in my family.
Oh man, I hope it ain't in the DNA.
Nigga, no way in the DNA, nigga. I did my bit. My paperwork up, you nigga.
Nah, I ain't asking for none of that. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying. I just hope it ain't contagious.
Nigga. Oh, that's that nigga. That's that nigga Jersey J talking.
Yeah, I just said, damn. You said your cousin's a rat. I just said, I hope it's not in the DNA. I hope it's not contagious.
Cops in your family, nigga. Don't talk shit to me.
What'd you say?
You got security guards and cops in your family. Don't talk shit.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Port workers, all that.
Right here behind the concrete wall.
He said taxpaying citizen.
Exactly.
And locked doors of this maximum security federal penitentiary in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Following his conviction as a drug kingpin, Edmund was
Bro, that shit scares me. Every time I see every block, I'm like, oh goddamn, I'm back in jail.
But within just days of his arrival, he was back in business.
Fair use.
Isn't he out? Isn't he out? Or he getting out?
Prison cell.
Just about everybody inside the jail in some way, shape, form, or fashion is dealing.
Isn't Rayful Edmonds out? Or was he getting out?
He was caught and 2 years ago struck a deal with the feds.
I heard they was talking about letting him go.
And telling them
That was like a year ago, I heard.
Tell me what drugs you dealt with in prison. Cocaine?
Cocaine.
Yeah, I
Crack?
heard that too.
Crack.
Heroin?
Heroin.
What else?
Marijuana. Those were the basic four: cocaine, crack, and heroin, and marijuana.
There's nothing left. You did the gamut.
Yeah, I did it all.
He said ain't
You
nothing
did it
left.
all and then some. For
Man,
starters,
bitch,
he brought
there's
drugs
some
into
drugs
the
out
prison
there.
through this visiting
Let's
house.
listen to Rayful
He
Edmonds'
hired
rat.
other inmates whose girlfriends, during contact visits, would pass the stuff packed in small balloons.
She might kiss him and he put
Yo,
him in
you
his
know
mouth.
what
He drink a
cousin?
little bit of soda or water, swallow him. He go do it again. Good
He's
day.
got them all inside.
Got them all inside. Then when he get back inside the institution, he spit them out.
What's the most you ever heard of those that any one person?
That I ever seen one person bring? I seen somebody bring in like 60 of them.
Edmund says prison officials know this goes on.
It keeps the jail mellow. It's keep people patient. You know, they be able to get high and chill. So they like this and let these things happen sometimes.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what they do.
He wasn't just selling drugs to other prisoners. He also masterminded the shipment of more than 2 tons of cocaine and crack from the coca fields of Colombia to the District of Columbia.
In some ways, he's like the Babe Ruth of crack dealers.
Eric Holder, the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, was, until recently, the top prosecutor in Washington, D.C. It was his office that locked Edmund up in the first place. Tell us the magnitude of his operation from inside the prison.
If you look at it on a monthly basis, he was exceeding that which he did when he was running what, to that time, had been the largest drug operation in Washington, D.C. history.
He was doing more from in prison? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at its maximum, he was doing about 400 kilograms of cocaine per month while in prison, and while on the street, he was doing about 300 at its maximum.
Edmund says it was easy to do from behind bars.
I think it's much easier than when you're on the street.
Easier than on the street?
Much easier because you're right there with the people that have direct access to the narcotics.
Begging for facts,
Colombians,
damn.
Cubans, Mexicans.
All thrown in together.
All thrown in together.
Thrown in with criminals like
Yo,
Osvaldo
God, you
Trujillo
don't send your cousin no
Blanco,
packages?
or as Edmund knew him,
Huh?
Chicky, a convicted
You don't be
drug
sending your
seller.
cousin no packages?
He had a high
Fuck
profile
no.
case.
I don't fuck with rats, nigga.
So, we were waiting for a person coming on and say, this Chicky.
You could at least send them some cheese.
We just gonna go from there. It was right there. What else? You know, what else could we do? It's right there.
Chicky is cocaine royalty, son of Griselda Trujillo Blanco, better known as the godmother of the Colombian drug underworld, and a founding member of the notorious Medellin drug cartel. Does it make any sense to put the biggest guy from D.C. and someone from one of the largest cartels in Colombia in such close proximity? You'd know it would be inevitable that they'd come together.
No, I'm not sure that's true. I wouldn't make that assumption. I would think that both people, having been put in federal prison, would have been incapacitated.
But they weren't. A year after Edmund met him, Chicky was released and returned to his horse ranch in Colombia. And that's when business really took off. So how did you pull it off? I mean, you were doing pretty serious and impressive deals.
Oh, yeah.
From inside, I love maximum security penitentiary. Specifically, how did you do it?
Specifically, we would use the visiting room, the telephones.
Specifically, these telephones, conveniently located just down the hall from his cell. Edmund would contact Chicky simply by placing a collect call to a friend in Washington. Every one of those calls was recorded.
Hello, this is the AT&T operator with a collect call. Who's calling, please?
Right.
Will you accept the charge?
The friend, in turn, connected him to Chicky all the way down in Medellin.
What reason would I be calling out the country? I'm not from Colombia or South America. Or
Here's an inmate that's calling Medellin 3 and 4 times
a week. So you know I'm up to something. Just common sense would tell you. If you got good common sense, it would tell you that I'm up to no good.
In one afternoon, he made 59 phone calls to 5 states and 2 foreign countries. I thought that we listened in on their phone conversations. I thought that when a guy makes a phone call, that the prison kind of knows what he's talking about.
All the phone conversations, all the social phone conversations are recorded, but not all of them are monitored.
Now, does that make any sense?
Well, it doesn't make any sense except for the fact that they don't have the ability. There's simply not enough people to listen in on all of the phone conversations that all of these prisoners have.
And the prisoners know that. They count on it.
Oh, I'm sure that's true.
But Edmund says he and Chicky weren't taking any chances. They spoke in code.
Remember, he used to live in 18th Street. Yeah. That he was going to move to downtown to 16th Street.
Yeah. When he made that statement to me, he was letting me know that the price went down 3,000, went from 19th Street to 16th Street. So I automatically knew what he was talking about.
Edmund used an entirely different code when he spoke to his distributors back in Washington, D.C. Believe it or not, he used Pig Latin.
You want to hear a little bit?
Yeah, I want to hear what you say.
What
did you say?
Oh, I was just saying, I feel good today.
So fast. You could do that.
You got to be fast so nobody will understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you could just do this whole interview like that?
Yeah, I could do the whole interview like that.
Now, what kind of money were you making out of this?
I wasn't making the money that I should be making, but I was getting 5,000 here, 10,000 there, which is good money for somebody that's in jail and doing time.
It was good money for anyone. $200,000 in 2 years collected for him by associates on the outside. But the money flow was disrupted when Chicky was gunned down in a Medellin nightclub, but only temporarily, because Edmund quickly struck up with another inmate, this time from the Cali cartel. Freddie Aguilera was serving 60 years with no parole, just a cell block away. And you hook up with another Colombian.
Yeah. Like I told you, the temptation, you got people every day, different people coming to me trying to hook up drug deals. And this is something that I can do and I know how to do. So it was just hard to say, no, I don't want to be involved in it when I can just say, okay, let me set this deal up and give me a quick $20,000 or $30,000.
Prison authorities never did figure out what Edmund was up to, but the FBI and local police here in Washington, D.C. did, thanks to a tip from a jailhouse informant. When the feds went to Edmund with the evidence, much to their surprise, he agreed to cooperate. With his help, the government was able to lock up 15 drug dealers, among them some of the most violent drug thugs in the nation's capital. Why did you decide to cooperate?
Because I wanted to put it all behind me. I wanted to help my family, first of all. That was the first thing that gave me the motivation. My mom, my aunt, and my 3 sisters.
His mom, his sisters, brothers-in-law, and others were all in the family business with Edmund and are all serving time. His mother and sisters are together at the Alderson prison camp in West Virginia. The feds told Edmund they would not recommend a sentence reduction for him, but they agreed to go to bat for his 56-year-old mother, who was sentenced to 24 years in prison for her role in Rayful's drug enterprise.
That's my mom. And, I love her, so, and I miss her. I hope she'd be okay.
I feel very honored. I mean, he has life or 2 life sentences, and he didn't think about himself.
Your cousin, you a rat cousin, your son's a rat.
Bootsy Perry is the unlikely matriarch of Washington's
Fuck out of here.
prominent crime
Make
family.
my family look bad, nigga.
Before she got locked up, she had a $40,000 a year job in the federal government. So you got your kids educated, you made sure they went to church.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit, right? Hold up.
Your
Let me tell you some funny
ex-husband had a
shit.
good job.
Yeah, he had a job. He worked for the government.
He worked for the government.
So
You
you're
were
not gonna
middle-class
do the
people.
cousin?
Yeah.
Let me tell you some shit, yo. When I used to go down in the summer, my grandma was like, don't be messing with your cousin because he's off the hook. He off the hook. Don't mess with your cousin. Don't be hanging out with him. And I hung on with that nigga. I was so young, I was selling drugs and shit, you know what I'm saying? This nigga was getting that bag, yo. And his mother, she didn't care. She was happy because she was eating too.
Crazy.
You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
just ask that nigga, yo, me get one of them bricks on the arm, homie. Shit, huh?
Grandma was the beat, you know. My grandmother, she didn't trust it and shit like them niggas gonna
Right.
tell you because you from up north.
You got to give your cousin an interview though when he come out.
I ain't interview that nigga, man.
Yeah, you could. But you could just, yo, all right, we got this rat nigga here today. What's up, nigga? Yeah.
I ain't doing that. I don't interview. My name ain't Hillary.
Journalist.
Dwayne, hold up. My name is not Hillary Dwayne Marks. I don't interview rats.
But you're a journalist, so people listen. Just like nobody wanted to talk about Tekashi when they interviewed Tekashi, niggas get made millions of dollars off that, bro. It's not about It's not about supporting him.
Nigga,
But it's
I
just
am
that-
not up for the Btbtv. I don't love rats.
I had that same TV. I had that same conversation with him earlier today.
He's just bullheaded. Let him have it though. It's his platform.
I'm
Line it up for me. Line him up for me.
Back.
I'll show you how to interview him. Line it up for me.
VP, the vice president of Btbtv, Nicky VP, the vice president of Btbtv. Salute, Queen. I see you in here.
Yeah, but Whack 100 might interview him, and then Whack 100 making money off the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Whack 100 ain't making no money. Whack 100 sell an ass. That's how he make money. His homo ass.
He gonna pull your paperwork too, guy. You better be careful with Whack. You're like, yeah, I got his paperwork right here.
Hold my paperwork, nigga.
But listen, but listen, you got to keep in mind, man, that there's and I seen jokers in prison in the law library manipulate that shit. They'll get some paperwork on you, and they'll flip and bounce that shit on you.
You know,
look at me, bro. Look at my eyes. Look at my. Hold on. Let me show you something, nigga. Let me show you something, nigga. Let me show you something. Hold on. One second.
Yeah, come up on the screen, nigga. Drop the comment too while you at it.
Look at my eyes, nigga.
I can't see.
Right, you can't even see your eyes.
Look at my eyes, nigga.
You been at that butter love today, boy.
Listen, dude, look, I give a fuck about niggas saying fake paperwork, nigga.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Smut your
motherfuckers
mama,
do
nigga.
that.
I'm in my El Capo voice. Smut your mama, nigga.
He about to pull up.
Yo, niggas, you can check my paperwork. My name is official, nigga. I beat up rats.
I'm about to set it up right now. You versus Whack 100. I'm about to make some money off this shit.
Yo, set that shit up, man. I'll beat Whack 100 ass.
Facts.
That little short, stubby ass nigga, I beat it. By the time I fist punch that nigga, his face look like Maybelline face, nigga. Clear, clean.
Yeah, punch that.
Maybelline, huh?
Like I said, it's gonna be a charity event. Set up a charity event. Invite them to a fight. You know what I mean? Set up wherever the money goes to his favorite.
Randy back. That's what it is. King versus Whack. I got 500 on the King. That's right.
Ooh.
El Capo in the building.
There you go.
I got $1,000.
We're shaking.
El Capo got the suit
Hold
on.
up.
You're purple out.
Like a painter.
We're shaking now.
Hey, Born.
Whose social security check you trying to get?
I just coming from court, Turkey.
Show the judge your arm.
I ain't have to. The motherfucking bitch saw this shit.
Wax AP back. Yo, Wax. That nigga like a minister. He like a preacher, yo.
That nigga look like he look like a well-dressed homeless man.
Yo, the whole thing about it, I look well-dressed, fuck it.
That's it, yeah. Boy, I love you, boy. What you drinking? That's a cup full of backwash. What you got going on?
Now I was hungry and thirsty. Let a motherfucker in the goddamn court place.
Hey, Born got them rats up here this morning, bro. He got preached. I mean, tell him, Born.
I saw them, and I'm gonna be honest. Between Frank Lucas and you know that Brianglazegibbs, man. That Brianglazegibbs, boy.
That nigga told on everybody, bro.
That motherfucker there, boy. And I know niggas who personally know him because he's actually from my hood. And Jesus Christ.
Lord, Jesus.
El Capo, Tennessee, when you said that nigga looked like he lied about something in court.
Hey,
walking up in there looking like a Jehovah Witness. That shit ain't gonna help.
The whole thing about everything. Look, I made it out that bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, Tennessee Williams.
I could look like whatever the fuck y'all would say. I look like I made it out that goddamn court.
Listen, Tennessee Williams, my cousin, and Mike Jones was a rapper together.
You know what I want to say? I'll pardon you for 1 second. Nicky Barnes, he's a bitch ass snitch.
Oh, tender dick nigga.
Yeah.
He tender dick.
Yeah, he's a tender dick, bitch ass, snitch ass nigga. Yeah, fuck that nigga. To me, you know what? You want me to be honest? To me, he's the worst. He's the worst. Yeah, he's the worst. Yeah, Nicky Barnes is the fucking worst.
He worse
Frank
than
Lucas
Alpo?
snitched on nothing but the police. Alpo is just, he snitched on nothing but killers and his hitman. But that fucking Nicky Barnes, he snitched over coochie.
Tender dick, tender dick, dick
Yeah, I don't fuck
so
with him.
tender.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that nigga. Nicky Barnes, the worst motherfucker you can meet.
Nigga, I'm so tender.
Could you imagine? Hey yo, could you imagine being in having a big lucrative business, whether it's anything, and because you bust a move, with some coochie cat, that was some next nigga coochie cat, and he shut the whole shit down there. You got 170 something people going down.
I just bought this bottle. Yo. I just bought this bottle. Look at that shit. I just bought it.
Damn, you a holic, man.
Well,
when you just bought that, you couldn't have just bought that today and it's already looking like that right now.
Oh, boy, I bought that. Hey, Becca, what time I bought that, Becca?
Shit, they all snitches. Ain't no biggest one.
Like 10 o'clock,
Facts,
right?
DC.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Facts,
Hold
DC.
on, Aunt Mac. He just bought that a few minutes ago and it's looking like that right now.
Just before the live started.
Hey, listen.
Man, what the fuck, nigga? What the fuck?
Yo, we about to get this celebrity boxing match going.
Yeah.
100. I'm live tonight at 7 p.m. the God Hour. I'm challenging Whack 100 to a celebrity boxing match.
I got $200 say y'all knock each other out.
Let me tell you something. Challenging him to a boxing fight, you might as well go
for charity. It's for charity.
Yeah, you know that nigga don't give a fuck about no charity.
He ain't gonna do it.
I don't know. He ain't gonna do it.
3 years. Whack 100 won since 2017.
I put a rack up. He don't show up.
I'm 100% guaranteed you. What's good, my nigga? What's good, baby? You all right? Yes, bro. Fuck you doing down here, nigga? Word? Oh.
Compa look like he in there stealing.
Yeah, Compa is still talking shit.
Well-dressed booster.
What you said, Turkey?
I said you like a well-dressed booster.
Where your saxophone at?
Oh, shit.
Now you about to go in the train and ask somebody for a swipe.
No, actually, I actually got a goddamn the Metro. That shit got about 60-something hours on that son of a bitch.
Ooh. Now don't you roam too far from home.
Wait. Oh, mama.
Man, I ain't have a Metro card in like 5-6 years.
Man, when I left New York, they still had tokens.
Now that's one thing I do look out for the unfortunate. We can all be in those situations at any time. So
that'd be
I make sure I look out for them. Yeah, but man, yeah. Fuck Nicky Barnes, that rat bitch. Fuck all of them actually. They all need to be where the fuck they at.
First of all, in my opinion, Preacher is the biggest rat out of all of them. Especially all that killing he was doing, all that extortion he was doing, all the shit he was doing. As soon as he got arrested, he told on the goldfish. He even told on his girlfriend that shot his side woman because he got arrested.
Yep.
And she didn't have nothing to do with
the whole shit that went down with little Darnell and all.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion is ain't no such thing as the biggest rat. Motherfucker, you a rat. You a motherfucking rat.
You right. You know what? Right. You know what? A rat is a rat. Right.
I don't care if you.
Right.
I don't care if you tipped your toe over the line or you dove head first. The rat is a rat.
I agree.
Okay, let me ask this. Let's say a person got co-defendants, right? And they take a plea. Would that person be considered snitching?
Yeah.
Depending on the structure of the plea.
No, you got co-defendant. You cannot cop with co-defendant.
That depends on the structure of the plea.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yo, once you plead guilty, if you plead guilty, I'm going to jail, bro, because you're pleading guilty to the crime.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I've never had no co-defendant to worry about that type of shit, right? So, but I've seen people that get deals. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. Shout out to my people, Sean Hartwell from motherfucking Elizabeth, New Jersey. He took a 24-year deal and he ain't on nobody's paperwork.
No, all right, listen what I'm trying to tell you. Listen.
Hold up. But the other niggas on paperwork.
All right, that's other niggas. I'm not talking about other niggas. I'm talking about Sean Hartwell. Sean Hartwell ain't on nobody's paperwork and he took a plea deal.
But they on his paperwork.
Whatever. But I'm saying he's saying there's no such thing as a motherfucker taking a plea deal without rat. And I said it depends on how the plea is structured.
No, you said with co-defendants. He said with
all right, depending on how the plea is structured.
But if you have co-defendants, I'm trying to explain to you. If you have co-defendants, there's no such thing how the plea is structured. Because if you cop out, you basically copping out whether they change it up or not. You're copping out. Yes, me and people did. We're like, no, we're not taking nothing. But you looking like, oh, I'm taking the plea. And I'm saying, yeah, I did it. You saying you did it is saying I did it, saying God did it, saying it as well. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you have a co-defendant, you and your co-defendant need to be on the same goddamn page.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's exactly what Mike Money saying in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, everybody that take a plea deal didn't necessarily, you know what I mean, turn over.
Like I beat a case, right? I was fighting this drug case. And my man that courted with me, even though he had nothing to do with it, when they found the drugs in the car, they just charged everybody.
Everybody wearing that.
But the thing was, he was about to cop out. And I'm telling the nigga no. And I was able to go to the grand jury before him and beat it. But once I beat the charge, he didn't even have to go to court because they dropped it for him too.
Right.
But if he would have pled guilty, it would have fucked me over.
Yeah, anytime that co-defendant plead guilty, you with him, your ass is out.
So you saying that he couldn't plead guilty to cut you loose?
No.
He ain't had nothing to do with it. It's mine.
Now it still depends, right? If they want to take that, depending on if they know if they have information. But even if he go in front of the court and be like, hey, listen, you know what? I did it. He had nothing to do with it. It would just depend on the situation. It would depend on what the crime is or what was, described in the crime. Those are the situations where you said those things come into play. But again, when you with somebody and both of you guys charged for the same crime, and they offer one guy's a plea deal, and one of you guys accept it, they're going to tell you you're pleading guilty to what I'm charging you and your boy. You're pleading guilty, yes, me and my man did this. And again, now you got to either, like I said,
that is facts, Chris. That is facts, Chris. Nigga, I ain't got only one case I got co-defendants, and it was 63 of them, and it was in a prison riot. Other than that, everything I went to jail for, I went by myself. I ain't had nobody to pull down. So,
nigga, I was on 15 years probation. 15 years probation.
What the fuck kind of charge you got that you was on 15 years probation, nigga?
Not even parole, nigga. Probation for 15 years. The shit I did not even do.
You must have been an habitual jaywalker, motherfucker. 15 years probation.
Snitch will jaywalk.
He hopped
Look, the homie bust a move, and I was there when he busted a move. But it's so crazy. It's so crazy when he bust a move. He dropped, you know, blah 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 blah, and nigga, I was walking to go, you know, handle my business, and the motherfucking boys jumped out. The boys jumped out. He boogied. And that everything right there, nigga, you know, they hit me. The niggas hit me with everything that was there. Mind you, I was already on papers, nigga. Nigga, I done, and the shit I was on papers for the time that I got on papers for this time, don't worry about it. The motherfucking homie, another homie, bust the undercover cell, but just true me and him look alike. They grabbed me for that shit, nigga. I ain't snitch on nobody. I swear to my kids. So I know about that. Then and I had to do time. So I know about that shit. Like being down and being locked up for shit that you didn't do. Nigga. I'm going to court right now for shit I didn't do. Right now as we speak.
That's it. Like I said, I mean, as long as you and your co-defendant is going to take, like you said,
niggas, look at me. If you niggas take a deal and your co-defendants don't take the deal, you told.
Yeah, you told.
You told, niggas. You know, all that fans and bus shit. If you take a deal, your co-defendants trying to go to trial, then you told.
Like right now, like he said about the rapper with his pops. The same thing happened with co-defendants. The pops like, no, I'm not going down for this. He's the first week. Yeah, he took the plea. He took the deal.
Yo, bro, listen to this shit. I'm gonna tell you some shit that's funny. I was in the feds, right? And it was an old Dominican family. They all told on the grandfather, you know. They all ran on the grandfather. The grandfather got 100 years. Them niggas came home.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all see a lot of shit in that thing, Born, that ain't true. Somebody said if you take a plea, your co-defendant what? Let me see. Said if you take a plea, your co-defendant are guilty by association. That's definitely not true. That is definitely not true. That's not true.
Again, depends on how your plea deal is structured.
Right. I put 12 in a box, and my co-defendant took a testifying plea. Never came to court, but he took a testifying plea. He agreed to testify before my trial, though.
All right, Joe. Y'all niggas, let's listen to Rayful. Let's listen to my cousin's still alive. Let's my cousin alive real quick. Hold up.
El Campo look like a well-dressed fucking homeless man.
He was not raised in the inner city. He lived in the suburbs. Safe place.
Yeah.
How many of your children are in jail?
6.
You had 7 kids and 6 are in jail. You're in jail?
Yeah.
Come on. What happened?
I can't really say, and I think basically I'm in here only because I knew what was going on.
She was a mom to me, but also she was a personal friend to me. So when things, you know, selling drugs, like I told you before, so many things go wrong. People get killed, people lose their jobs, people get strung out. And whenever things go wrong or things don't go right in my life, she was my friend. I go talk to her and tell her about all these things, about what's going on with me. And she knew about all that. And she ended up telling all the things that I told her to and informant on a wiretap, and that made her be part of the conspiracy.
Well, it was more than that. Bootsy admits she once counted her son's drug money, and she accepted a car, a house, and other gifts purchased with his drug proceeds.
My mother always wanted a nice big house, you know, so I wanted to be able to buy that for her one day. She always wanted a Mercedes. I wanted to be able to buy that for her.
When Edmund was a child, both his parents sold drugs. The father, allegedly heroin. Bootsy says she sold diet pills and admits she sometimes had Rayful handle the money. But she blames his friends for getting him into the drug trade.
He saw the fast money, or he saw them driving big cars, and he said, hey, man, how did you do this? How did you get this?
The money.
Yeah, the money. Or greed. Just say greed. I'd say greed.
This is your watch.
Yeah, it used to be my watch.
Used to be your watch. The government now has this watch.
Yeah, the government owns it now.
How much did this watch cost?
Close to 100,000.
Was this typical of what you would buy when you were?
Typical things that I would buy when I was home.
Well, you were fancy.
Yeah, I was real jazzy. Yeah, I like try to have a lot of class.
Did you wear a lot of diamonds on your fingers?
I wasn't. I just had 1 carat. I just had a 10-carat diamond ring, a 3-carat for my ear, and just a diamond chain that matched the watch.
Very simple.
Yeah, just simple but stand out.
Today, he's trying not to stand out. So the feds have put him in a little-known witness protection program for convicts. He lives under an alias in a different prison where it's hoped those he betrayed won't find him. But if he's hiding out, why is he talking to us? He says he wants the kids in Washington, D.C., who see him as a hero, to know that what he did was wrong.
A lot of my friends from my neighborhood lost their lives because I brought drugs in the community. The people dying.
Crack babies?
Some babies probably was born from crack because of me. Yeah, I feel bad about it now, but back then, I was just thinking about the power.
We tried to ask the Bureau of Prisons what they're doing to prevent prison drug dealing, but they refused to comment. So we asked their new boss, Eric Holder, who has not yet had a role in making prison policy.
As a result of the Rayful incident, a task force was created to really look at the whole system and decide what we could be doing.
It's been 2 years since you first found out about this. Not you, I mean the Bureau of Prisons, the government, the Justice Department. It's been 2 years, and from what I'm hearing, the problem really has not been fixed yet.
I think that's right.
You're saying that it's remotely possible that as we're sitting here, somebody in some prison's making a phone call and setting up a drug deal.
Yeah, I think that's remotely possible, but I think we're also going to be in a position real soon to say it's not possible.
Do you think that's going on today, right now?
I'm quite sure it is. Yeah, people are sitting in prison making drug deals.
Of Rayful Edmond, there were 3 phones on his cell block, and inmates could use them every other day. Today, there are what they're doing to prevent prison drug dealing, but they refuse to comment. So we asked their new boss, Eric Holder, who has not yet had a role in making prison policy.
Hold up. Hey, Eric Holder, the one that killed
incident. A task force was created to really look.
Is Eric Holder the one that killed Nipsey Hussle?
Ain't the same niggas.
I know, I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. That's his grandfather.
System and decide what we could be doing.
It's been 2 years since you first found out about this. Not you, I mean the Bureau of Prisons, the government, the Justice Department. It's been 2 years, and from what I'm hearing, the problem really has not been fixed yet.
I think that's right.
You're saying that it's remotely possible that as we're sitting here, somebody in some prison's making a phone call and setting up a drug deal.
Yeah, I think that's remotely possible, but I think we're also going to be in a position real soon to say it's not possible.
Do you think that's going on today, right now?
I'm quite sure it is. Yeah, people are sitting in prison making drug deals. Yeah, and you're sitting there, you have nothing to do, and everybody needs money and they love money. So I'm quite sure that it's going on right now.
In fact, the Bureau of Prisons may have made it even easier. When the FBI began its investigation of Rayful Edmond, there were 3 phones on his cell block, and inmates could use them every other day. Today, there are 4 phones, and prisoners can use them every day.
It's fair. That's fair use right there. Hold up.
Fair usage.
Frank Lucas. This old-ass rat. Yo, his nephew was even a rat, yo. His nephew's Marcel in the feds. L. Big L. Rat.
North Carolina?
Well, I ain't never been right since. I think I've something been wrong with me ever since I got that started me off on a bad page. I put it that way. I think it started me out on a bad page.
Frank Lucas, fair use. Frank Lucas, fair use.
Can you tell me a little bit about traveling north, and why did you choose New York City?
I didn't choose New York City to start with. I chose Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky. At the 169 and a half Carfax Street in Lexington, Kentucky with a lady named Miss M. And stayed there for a while. Got arrested, left there. Went back to Wilson, North Carolina. Stayed there for about 3 months. Left there and migrated to New York.
Why'd you come to New York?
I heard about New York. Heard about Harlem. I heard about the whole situation up here. Black people were doing good, which we wasn't doing. We were slaves down south, really. That's all we were, slaves down south. But I got here, people had plenty, good old boys. Everybody had money, everybody was doing well. And a fist full of money all the time. And that's why I come to New York. When I got to Harlem, I got off, I kissed the street. Kissed the street. Hello Harlem, USA, I said. I'll never forget it. And from that, everything fell in line from that.
How old were you?
13 or 14.
You were 13 years old?
14, maybe 13, 14, something like that. I might have been 15, I'm not sure.
Wow.
That's been a long time ago.
Old ass rat.
Who did you know? Who did you know coming up to New York City? Did you know anybody?
Nobody. I know nobody.
And you just came to Harlem?
Just came to Harlem.
All right, so what was the process? What happened when you got to Harlem?
Well, I didn't have no money, not a dime, not a penny in my pocket. So I did what all the full-blood American kids would do, started robbing. Robbing, taking money, snatching money out of them right of hand and shit like that, and hitting them upside the head with a rock, a stick, a ball bat, whatever I had. And when I got a gun, it got a lot easier for me then,
What was your first gun?
Excuse me?
Do you remember what kind your first gun was?
My first gun, old Rush 38, I think it was.
6-shooter?
6-shooter, yeah. 6-shooter, yeah.
So
I didn't know no better, because I would have shot somebody who told me no. I would have shot, I didn't know no better.
So who did you get to know? Who became your friends?
Well, I used to sleep they had back there in New York, they had when you live with coal for the winter, they put coal in the basement. That one of the shoots, I used to sleep in the basement in the cold then for a while until I got some money. Then I started living big time.
So how did you get money?
I just told you, robbing.
So that's how you got real money.
That's why I got real money, robbing.
Once you got
Then a few months later, I robbed Bush's Jewelry.
What was that?
Bush Jewelry.
Oh.
I robbed him. I got 2 trays of diamonds. I told the guy I was gonna get married. I had on look pretty good that day. When then told him I was gonna get married and stuff like that. And I told him they wasn't big enough. Bring me some real stuff out there. I had a flash bankroll. What a flash bankroll is? $3 or $4 on each side, $100 bill on the other side, and the newspaper in between. So he thought I read them. I went in there and I snatched it and put it in my bag. And the guy at the door was gonna block me. I popped him in the head, in the face, and kept on going. I got $30,000 for that.
Wow!
Back then.
Yeah, that was
that was a lot of money. Bought 2 Cadillacs. Yes, I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
So who became your friends? Who did you fall in with?
Yeah, well, I had a lot of friends. Kai, One Shot, Johnny, Howard Harrison. I had a lot of friends back over there. But Howard Harrison, we called him Booby. I wish I could find him now. I've been looking for him. I can't find him. Booby, you see this? Please call me. Get in touch with me. Yeah.
Try Facebook?
Yeah, but Facebook, yeah, Facebook. You can do it with Facebook, yeah.
So how did you progress? How did you progress from armed robbery into drug trafficking and selling drugs?
What else? So you talking about another 20 years between this and then?
Really?
Yeah.
So tell me about the progress.
Yeah, the progress. I've worked. Now y'all don't need to hear all of that.
What?
Y'all don't need to hear all of that.
What was the question?
The question is you don't need to hear all of that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean you had to take that out.
Yeah.
Then, and now what happened was I was out there. What was the question?
What was the process?
Oh, the process.
From,
yeah, I went out there, got my apartment, 1800 7,000 around 110th Street. Got me a nice apartment up there. Bought me a lot of clothes, bought 2 Cadillacs. And then I was in the big time. Then I started rolling. Then I went and robbed the crap game because I got low money. Went and robbed the crap game. I was robbing, man. Jewelry, you know, everything. I robbed everything but a mom and pop store. I didn't rob no mom and pop store. Everything, you know, like the jewelry store, the everything. I robbed a check cashing one time too.
How long did you do that for?
About 10 years, I guess.
10 years.
Yeah, Larry, the cop named Larry Diggs and what was his name? Knows, I think his name was. Larry Diggs, they used to come every time somebody steal a watermelon, they couldn't find me. One day they came up riding slow behind me. I had 2 guns on me. I said, this is a good goddamn day to die. Because they had been beating me up every time they take me down. They beat me up. They took me down there one time and handcuffed me and beat me up, hit me in the stomach and all. And I cleared my throat. He getting in my face. Yeah. You know, trying to make me say something. You know, talking in your face real fast. You know how the cop do. I did a hawk, spit right in his face. I woke up 3 days later. They took me out, man. They took me out, and I wasn't gonna go through that no more. This is a good goddamn day to die. They roll on because they know I'm finna die right there. You know, I'm finna kill them, or they gonna kill me. I want to take my guns out and start the shooting, you know. If they got out that car, that was it, you know. But they kept on rolling, and I'm glad they did, because I'd have been in the electric chair now probably, because I took 2 shots, you know.
Now, were these crimes that you committed, were they violent? Were they violent crimes?
Who?
You. I mean, were you violent towards the people you robbed?
Well, when you're robbing, that is violent.
Well, yeah, it can be.
Yeah, it is violent when you're robbing. It is violent. I don't care what kind of robbery you do, it's violent. It's violent crime. Yes, it is. I don't care how you cut it, it's still violent.
Okay. Did you ever get arrested during this time?
100 times.
100 times.
Maybe. I told you. Every time somebody take a watermelon, I got arrested when I wasn't doing nothing. I got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how?
Because they know I was the one. They know I was out there. They know I was out there doing this. You know.
So what kind of time did you do inside?
I didn't do no time inside there. No. They really didn't have enough on me to do nothing with me. You know. But
so never convicted. Never convicted in that time frame.
No, not in that time frame. No, not in that time frame. No, I wasn't. No.
Okay, so how did you progress from that into selling heroin?
You talking another 25 years.
So what was the progress?
The progress I robbed. I'm telling you now. I was robbing. I was doing that to sell float. Then I met this guy, cousin named Fletcher. We called him Boy. He was a junkie. And he showed me how to start doing this. He told me I could make money doing this. And I looked into it and looked like I could make money. And I started back then. I started doing that. And then one day after that, I started getting it from an old guy named Pop in the bar. I did pretty good. I counted my money one day. I had like $1,200,000. I hadn't counted, you know. I was doing hand-to-hand combat myself. And that's right. I wouldn't do nothing else. Then got broke again. So now I'm hustling pool, you know. I'm hustling pool. Hustling with this guy named Icepick Red, which is a story within itself. The Icepick Red was a tall, skinny guy. About 160 pounds, about 6'3". And the guy for 9 times, what you call the wise guy for 9 times, you I have to do hits for him. He'd stick an ice pick in your heart and keep on walking. They couldn't figure out who was doing all the killing. But Icepick Red was the man. And he was that kind of guy. He would kill you in a minute. So we was in the pool, shooting pool. I had nothing in my pocket, maybe $100 in my pocket. I said, I got maybe $100. I pay you. I don't want no punk to pay me no $100. But then he took out this roll to 10 grand. He had 10 grand bankroll. He said, you want to play pool? Anybody in here, any punk in here got no money? He was talking about, put it up, match this shit. I don't think he really want to play pool. They want to show off their money and shit, you know. But he didn't know that was my money. Because when he went outside, it was my money. One with other, it was my money. As soon as he went outside, I was going to take it. I was going to kill him right there, you know. Anyway, Bumpy, you know how pool room is, all smoky, loud music and everything. Come in, when Bumpy walked in the door, I didn't know who it was. You walk that door, you hear a rat piss on cotton in China. You know, everything got real quiet. I looked around. I looked around naturally. I turned around, looked around. The other guy standing about 5'9", with a dark complexion guy, a blue tie like a red. I mean a blue suit, like a red tie, fell, rose anything and everything. I was like, oh my God, like sitting in the podium walking into a junkie den, you know. And he asked me, can you beat him? I said, yes, sir. He said, rack him up now. They told the guy to rack him up.
Yeah.
The pool, rack him up. They racked him up and we bought for the see who got the first shot. I got the first shot. And the table was gone. I run the table.
Yo, this nigga's still ratting at 90, bro, in a wheelchair.
Yo, but could I ask you a question though?
What's up?
Like, all right, we know he rat. A rat is a rat. But how would I want to say this? Him ratting on the police is no difference.
Bro, he just didn't rat at police. He ran on the Kosher Nostra. He ran on the general from overseas that was giving him the dope. He ran on his cousin-in-law. This nigga just said ran on the police, bro.
What?
He ran on the Asian general.
That nigga from out there in Taiwan.
Yeah. Chai Bang some shit.
So did he ride on Sergeant Smack, or is that some information I need to get?
No, he ran on Sergeant Smack too.
Okay.
I never knew he ratted on them niggas in Taiwan.
Yeah, he ran on niggas too.
1976. Damn, I didn't know that.
Watch American Gangster. They show you all the people he ratted on, bro.
Yeah, I watched it. But see, now you got me ready to watch it all over again because I never knew he ratted on them niggas in Taiwan.
Yeah. And a nigga told him, yo, you hot. Just fall back now. He told him that year before he ratted.
Nigga spilled the whole pot of grits.
God damn.
Everybody in the club going to jail.
The nigga ran on his own brothers and cousins, bro. In Newark. The country boys are known in Newark, New Jersey, bro. He ran on all them niggas. He ran on his own brothers, bro.
Wow. I thought he only snitched on the pigs. No bullshit.
No, he ratted on some people in Carolina too.
Okay.
Was he from Alabama?
No, he's from North Carolina.
He's from
North Carolina.
And he is really
North Carolina, Kinston.
He's really, really hated in North Carolina. Really hated.
Oh, he really hated out there, Auntie?
Man, listen, you mentioned Nicky Barnes' name and to somebody who know what's going on, and they might shoot your ass. I mean, this dude, Frank Lucas. You mention his name to somebody or one of their offspring, and trust me, I know they lose their mind.
Yo, give me an ice cup.
Yeah, they lose their mind. Remember, Born, we was on the phone?
Yeah.
He lost his mind, didn't he?
Yeah. Sergeant Smack's son will be on my show soon.
Oh, word?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to give him a minute, El Copper, because after the conversation, ever since then he been like he mad about that thing. That's the only way I can put it. He mad about that thing. Like right now, today. Don't mention Frank Lucas in the state of North Carolina.
Frank Lucas told everybody. It wasn't just the cops. He told the Italians. He told the niggas from South. He told the niggas from overseas.
I swear, I promise you, I only thought he snitched on them pigs. But now that you're enlightening me,
found out, and even though Born already knew, and we found out that how they was really getting drugs over here, and it wasn't through the coffin.
I don't think it was the alphabet people. Yeah, them Alpo bitches. Pardon, Pop.
I gotta go call my uncle.
So they hate that nigga out there in the Carolinas, huh?
Oh yeah. They hate him more than the white man.
Yup.
Damn.
Are you fucking serious?
That's cooning.
I'm dead ass fucking.
Now
I'm
that's
dead ass
cooning.
serious. I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. They cannot stand Frank Lucas.
They can't. I know because I just live out that motherfucker. And I know because Frank Lucas and my stepfather were boys. And I know because Frank Lucas' nephew was my roommate in the feds. Nigga had 120 months. The nigga came out before me.
He had $120 and came out before you.
Word is bar. That rap running that nigga background. It's in his DNA.
So that means everybody in his family is rats then.
Facts.
Yo, the black man stupid said it don't matter if he ratted on ice cream. He's a rat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A rat is a rat. But only reason why I said that, right? Hello, ladies. How y'all doing? All right. Only reason why I said that, like, cause, like, I'm thinking like the fucking police was crooked, was doing crooked shit, and since they're about to get him, he ratted on them. That's what I was thinking, like, you know.
Also, Hot Take Inc. Academics was never in a gang. That nigga was in private school. He's a pussy. He's a bussy boy. DJ Academics is a bussy boy.
Wow.
Yeah, but I said it, niggas.
I said it.
Hold on, let me go back to Frank fuck ass. Rat.
Nigga.
Rat is a rat.
Me,
Don't make a difference.
So he took me with me, bought me clothes and everything, dressed me up, took me to the house. I lived with him for about 2 years, I guess. And that's why then I become his right-hand man. I would come wherever he went, wherever he did, I was there. I had to do it, you know. Whatever the boss said do, I had to do it, whatever it was. And I can't tell you about what I did, but I did a lot of things. I become strong on them. I guess you could call me strong arm man #1 up there. My name was Frank Lucas, and I lived that life. So anything he wanted, I did it, and I did it with grace and style. And I didn't do no messy jobs. I did them all clean. The way he told me he wanted clean, I did it clean, real clean.
Wow.
Next question.
Oh, next. Well, let's see. No,
Are you looking at me? You like a daze? What's wrong?
I'm listening. I'm just. I was.
It wasn't that excited. Was it? Yeah.
You know, my question is how you got into the heroin trade.
Okay. Right then we went there. Hey Ray, y'all go in the house, man. Go in the house. You don't need to sit there and hear this. You had to cut this out. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Go in there. You don't need to sit there and listen to what I'm saying. Y'all are there golfing and everything. And little girl, you don't need to listen to none of this. Go on in there. You ain't no man. You ain't no gangster. Go ahead. Go ahead in there with them. Let us say, keep in there, Ray.
We all framed up still?
Yeah. And where we going now?
We're just how you got into heroin trade.
The heroin trade, I got into it this way. In the afternoon, there used to be a news broadcast come on in the afternoon back in the 60s and 70s. Guys were named Bill Butel and Roger Gramner. Good in the here nights and news. That's the way they come on. And they used to tell you about the guys in Vietnam getting high. You remember the Vietnam War? Guy over there getting high and shit over that thing, and one of the two soldiers and all how they doing it. They were just ripping the military apart, really, about the guy getting high and stuff. I kept on hearing this for weeks and months, and I went to my boss, which was Bumpy Johnson, and asked him, could we try to get over there and get some of that, get some of this money? He said, no, we're not gonna get into drugs, not lose. So I couldn't touch it then. When he died in 1968, that was my time. I decided to go over there. I didn't have no money, but I know the old Bumpy over $4 million out there, $3 million I think it was out in the street. And I went and collected the money. one person get me trouble, but that soon cease. He come around there, I got all the money. I put the money in the Chase Manhattan Bank here. Because Chase Manhattan, I put in different branches of Chase. But back then, Chase had branches over in Vietnam. I checked it out. I mean, overseas in Bangkok. I know that. So I put the money in here. I didn't have to carry no lot of money with me. All I had to do is go over there and draw it out. So I went over there, found out I really didn't need no money over there. You know, I really didn't need no money over there. They wanted $4,200 per key.
No, that's a lot. I couldn't be nobody.
And over here, they were paying $60,000-$70,000 for it.
I told you.
So I was getting mine like dirt cheap, you know. And I went there and got my load. I went over there. Took me a while.
Yo, somebody say, nigga, academics be the body.
Oh, you get the money. Don't worry. I'm not running away.
Yo, well, I put all the rats up on screen. Everyone, that was time for Alpo. Hold up.
But didn't academics say he wasn't in the gang? He's not a street person. He's not none of that.
I know academics' cousin was my homie. He got killed.
That was your homie?
Yeah, his cousin was my homie.
But before you start with Alpo, I want to say this. I don't understand why people act like because Alpo killed Richard Porter because they was allegedly friends or best friends.
Renee, I don't want to talk about that. We're doing Alpo right now.
I know that.
Richard Porter's a piece of shit. We all know that already.
Why you say he a piece of shit?
Somebody put it in the comments, Born. That's why I'm responding to it.
Richard Porter was a piece of shit, just like Alpo. He killed his best friend's brother because he was selling dummies in the hood.
And he had Preacher to do it.
Yeah.
Like 3X. It's a little bit better. I can wear 2X, but wash it down.
Yo, fair use. Here we go.
DC was definitely not a time to play with you. Yo, they didn't think twice about laying you out of DC. You got to put the murder game down. So that's how come I recruited Wayne, because I wasn't ready to put the murder game down all like that. So once I recruited Wayne, they already knew his rep.
This guy, Wayne Perry, was considered the Michael Jordan of the murder game.
Wayne Perry was one of our most prolific killers in D.C. during the time when the violence in D.C. had just gotten completely out of control back in 1989, 1990, 91. A New York drug dealer by the name of Alpo, Albert Geddes Martinez, moved from New York to the D.C. area.
Right.
And he started supplying drugs to various drug dealers in the D.C. area and also in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He got immediately targeted and shot by some Northeast killers that Perry knew, but wasn't really close with. And this put Martinez in a bad position. He was, first of all, in the hospital and thought he was going to die. So he confessed all of his drug dealing activities to my partner, and he just told Angelo everything that he was doing. And so he had left New York under pretty bad conditions. There were about 4 or 5 people who wanted to kill him up there. He had been involved in the murder of a friend of a major drug dealer in Harlem. When we had Martinez in custody, and we had him in custody for about 2 or 3 months, he started to cooperate with us. We really started getting that corroborative information about many of the murders. And we were able to put together, with his cooperation, a factual sort of format as to how each case went down. Because we ended up wanting to charge all those summertime murders. And that's what we ended up doing. We charged them all. Martinez pled to 14 murders, and we ended up having him go through all of the D.C. murders that he had done with Perry, and ones that he could remember and details that he could remember. But he also knew about other cases that Perry had done that he was aware of, but didn't have any firsthand knowledge.
When I got the information, I remember I went back to see him at the jail, and we sat down, and I stared at him for about 2 or 3 minutes. I was just shaking my head, and I said to him, you know, I can't believe all what I'm seeing and hearing here.
My lawyer was like, your ace in the hole is if they ever ask you to tell, you really need to think about that.
When it came to dealing with us, it was the same. He'd already made a decision. Look, let's do a deal.
People like Rayful came across my head. People like Jack came across my head. The young dudes before me that went to trial, that, you know, strapped up their nuts, went before me and came back with natural life and all that. I ain't that. Natural life in prison. I'm 24, 25 years old. Once I was in this predicament, I couldn't do it, Antoine. I couldn't see myself in prison. So I also looked at people like Nicky. Dudes like Nicky came across my mind, like how he put in 21 years, 20 years.
Now, why did you kill Rich?
Rich, the question to everybody with that, Rich, the reason why Richard and I had developed a relationship with a dude that just started off as one of my customers. Me and him had built a relationship where we became like real tight, like me and Rich in New York. This kid was me and Rich in D.C.
Okay. What was his name?
His name was Gary.
Gary.
Yeah, little Gary.
Is that the one that they say got his dick cut off?
Yeah, that's the one they say got his dick cut off, yeah.
Was that a situation from you?
Yeah.
That was?
I wound up killing little Gary later on. This kid was good. He was probably about 3 years younger than me. He was a murderer too. He was about his murder game.
Okay.
This was my little man. So, but did I? The question is, did I have anything? Did I kill Rich?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I killed Rich.
He got into the van. He got into the van right here. And once he got into the van, I knew I had to lock. I locked the doors. And as I was pulling off, I was asking him, because it didn't take long after I pulled off. I was asking him like, "Yo, Rich, where did you get that coke from, man? That shit was good." Because I wanted to make him comfortable. That shit was good as a motherfucker. He's like, "I got it from my connect." So yeah. So from there, I knew he was lying. I turned to my little man. I gave him the nod. Once I gave him the nod, my little man spent, because he was short, so he could stand up in the van. Next thing you heard was the 2 gunshots. Bang, bang. Richard slumped over, and it happened. It happened right here. It happened right here.
At this light.
At this light, it happened. I'm saying, in my mind, I'm saying to my little man, yo, he's dead. He's done it. He just got hit with a 357. Twice. The only sound I heard was, you know, him releasing his breath, his last breath. So I'm assuming that he's dead, and I need to find a place to put his, you know, leave his body without anyone seeing me and seeing the van or just. So the only place I can think of, and just driving it, and it's just so funny. I'm saying City Island, but I'm not even sure if I wanted City Island, but I just knew I wanted to get off the streets and get onto a highway.
How did you feel? Was you mad? Was you angry? Like, what was going on in your head?
I was very mad. I just killed a nigga that I loved, a nigga that I was getting money with, a nigga that I called my brother. We kept driving this way, and until I can find a remote spot to leave the body. Go around this turn right here. Yeah, loop it real quick. It was somewhere over here. So I pulled over like right here, just threw the van up on as close as I can to the rail. Once I pulled over, my little man, Gary's probably like 5'3", 1 something. So I'm trying to stay behind this. I'm trying to stay behind the steering wheel. I'm trying to stay in the driver's seat just in case we got to pull over.
Becca.
What is, yep.
Remember
What's
he
up?
said, remember everybody was talking, oh, he wasn't close to Rich like that. He said he considered Rich as a brother. He said his own words. He said it in his own words. We just heard it.
Okay. And the point is?
He said, everybody said he was a cool Rich like that, but he said he considered Rich as a brother. I ain't gonna kill a nigga I consider my brother over a fucking drug deal.
Dude.
Facts. I'm just keeping real, yo.
Never got that real.
But you might kill your brother over stealing your money.
He was still, yo, first of all, if you got to connect and you charge me $1,000 or $2,000 more, I can't get mad because you got to connect.
But if the connect wasn't yours, and then I plugged you into the connect.
It doesn't matter.
And then can I finish? And then we're supposed to get it for the same price, and then you're overcharging me, and then you're telling me you got it from somebody else, and then I come to New York, and I come to New York, and then the real connect is driving around with a hockey mask. Let's not forget that part. That man was driving around looking for Alpo.
Let me ask you a question. Was you selling crack?
No, I went to school.
Huh?
I went to school.
All right, listen, I hustle. Even though I hustle, even a motherfucker told me, yo, help me with connect. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna give you the shit for the price I'm getting because you ain't getting the shit. I'm getting the shit. Period. That shit doesn't matter.
I mean, you ain't happy with the price, man. Okay, you can find another plug and move on. I mean, shit.
Either they were down together or they wasn't. Either they was a unit or they were separate entities. Now, if they were separate entities, then yes, he should charge him and get over money. But the deal was, since I was out of town, I couldn't pick it up. So you was able to get it, and then you gonna overcharge me?
That's what Alpo said. Alpo's a fucking known liar.
But nobody knows Richard Porter.
Cuba's a bro. Okay. What's up, bro? Salute. Cuba in the building.
See, that's the thing. If they was a unit, right? So everybody want to say. But Richard Porter was in New York and Alpo was in D.C.
No, Richard Porter was in New Jersey, Alpo was in D.C.
So Harlem is not in Jersey, okay? So that is where he's loved at. That is, we sticking where he's supposed to be loved at, in Harlem. Let them tell him when Richard died, it killed Harlem, okay? But Richard Porter was the same individual that Alpo was. The only difference is Alpo got to him first. Because Richard Porter killed his best friend, little brother.
I just said that, Renee.
Okay? They did the same thing. I don't understand why what Alpo did to him is worse than what he did to Junior Broom.
Because Alpo said that Richard Porter was his best friend like his brother.
He said Gary was like Richard Porter. He killed him too.
All right, you know he's a fucking snake.
I never said he wasn't a snake.
You defended him though over.
No, I'm not. I'm letting it be known that Richard Porter was not the person, that nice person that everybody think he was. That is what I'm doing.
Renee, I already said that because I met Richard Porter before. I told you about that. We talked about that. But also, though, Apple was a fucking snake. He snaked to everybody that he couldn't beat, yo. He did shit to Wayne Perry. And they could protect him and loved him.
That's where I got the problem with him at. It's him snitching on Wayne Perry. All that other shit? No. But Wayne Perry, that's that fuck shit. Because that man held him down. That man stopped them motherfuckers from robbing him, killing him, and whatever. So he is the only one that I have a problem with him doing anything to.
Wax AP in the building. Wax AP.
Yo.
What's up with your snitches? Black.
Them niggas is, I don't give them niggas no light. Them niggas don't get no light on my shit. Fuck them niggas. Look, them country ass niggas deserve whatever the fuck they get on the other side. Them niggas ain't shit, bro.
You heard that? You twin niggas ain't shit from New Jersey. Yo, hold up. Let me go back to Alpo Martinez. Tell everybody.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. Like, they embrace them niggas. Them niggas, how the fuck can them niggas ain't moving around us like that. Them niggas would definitely not been allowed that long ago.
Hold up, here go Alpo the rap Martinez.
Pull off and have him go dump the body, but when he went to go try to dump, get Rich out the car, he couldn't pick him up. He couldn't pick him up. Rich was bigger than him, so he couldn't move him to put him in the woods and all that. So now I had to get out the van to go help him. And when I went to go help him, Richard made a sound. So that shit startled me. Oh shit, he's still alive. So I grabbed the gun. I grabbed the gun from my little man and put one in his head. And then I had to pick him up. I had to pick him up and dump him in the woods and leave his body. I was able to, get him where he needed to be. And then we jumped back in the van, and I made sure I didn't skid off or anything like that to leave any kind of tracks. And we left. And we left, and the rest was the newspapers. The rest was history.
Dementia was a situation where he really disrespected himself and he disrespected other people, and that's why that happened to him. As I was shaking his hand, they walked right on over and put the gun right to his forehead and blasted him.
I was worth more to Wayne alive than dead. Right. So once he knew I paid his bill, once he knew the love I had for him, and I paid his bill, and I started putting him in cars again, because he used to hustle once upon a time, but he fell off.
Okay.
So once he seen I was putting him back in cars and all that, and feeding him, and he was feeding his kids and all that, and he had paper in his pocket and all that, and all the rumors, and he knew I was hearing rumors about, because they used to call him Silky. His name was Silky. Wayne Perry, they used to call him Silky Slim.
Okay.
They used to say he was smooth, and he used to put them clothes together and all that, and throw them outfits on. So people used to come to me, that's why they call him Silky, because he's smooth, bro. You're not going to know when it's coming.
Excuses.
Doing what I had to do for me, as far as testifying and all that, I had to confess to those murders. I had to tell.
Yo.
Yep.
We always see what the snake is, bro. That nigga told everybody, bro. But I can give Alpo the most biggest rap. That nigga Brianglazegibbs told him more niggas than Alpo told on. That's how I'm leaving it right now. Brianglazegibbs the biggest rap in Black America.
Yo, Born. Show them how we do this, man. Btbtv. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. BTB.
Yo, Mecca, can we agree?
What?
That Brianglazegibbs told him more people in New York than anybody else.
I feel like all of them is on equal plane.
Well, fuck, they're all rats.
All rats.
Let's go to Chris Starr. They're all rats.
TV. One more time for y'all in the back.
Got slow niggas.
Slow ninjas. Right. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching, like yo, I gotta post. I wake up everyday mission, it's $1 million notes. Dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like holotos. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have, got that and then some, and then some. My wins on overload, say y'all overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope, the okie-doke. We don't go for that.
That's all we wrote.
Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folks who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays, your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666. The devil on his shoulder won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block. Trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss, we can hit the target with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folk who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they like movie, curtain closed. Yeah, Btbtv.
The movement.
It's the movement, man. You're born. You're born, let's get 'em. Let's get 'em.